Welcome to the Southeast Asia Last Call Tournament. My name is Blade, and with me I have CVH here. How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. Looking forward to an exciting afternoon or morning of Hearthstone wherever you're from.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're here at the top 64 bracket. This is the LCQ, so these players are fighting for a chance to play in tomorrow's 40-person qualifier for the chance to go to BlizzCon, of course. And it's single elimination, so these players have everything to play for every single match. And tell us what we're in for the first match.
Yep. So we'll be seeing Hammerl versus Demon Hunter. Hammerl is from the Philippines and Demon Hunter from Vietnam. All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just check with the players. Are they ready to go?
Cool.
Yep.
I'll talk about the lineups, I guess, a little bit. Demon Hunter is
Sure.
going to be running Paladin, Warlock, and Mage. Himmenriel, whose name I'm going to butcher every time I say it, is running Paladin, Warlock, and Warrior. So both players running Paladin and Warlock decks. Not quite exactly sure what iterations of the decks, but definitely two of the more popular classes in tournaments so far in the new Grand Tournament meta. The main difference, of course, being Himmenriel's Warrior, Patron, or Control, we don't know yet, versus Demon Hunter's Mage. So depending on which versions of those decks are being run, it could give either player an advantage. For example, if Demon Hunter's on the Mage and it's Freeze Mage, and it gets paired against the Warrior, it could be a disadvantage. We'll see, though.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see a lot of actually handlock plays here.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a good chance that both these players did bring Handlock. They could have opted to give themselves an aggro deck in Warlock Zoo, but Handlock seems pretty likely. Interested to see, because Secret Paladin is a deck that's still being worked out if both these players are running it, or if they've chosen to avoid the secret path altogether, or maybe they're on the full aggro plan with a Blessing of Kings, Divine Favor, stuff like that.
Yep.
Should be fun.
All right. Yep. So for those who actually just tuned in, this is the Southeast Asia Last Call tournaments. Players who actually will be casting to round of 16 only, and players that actually advance to round of 16 will be playing tomorrow at top 40, which they will fight for the seats in the LAN tournament in Philippines.
Awesome. Definitely a lot to play for these players who've worked the entire season to get these points to qualify for this event. Are they ready to start? That is the question. Probably picking their decks right now. A lot hinges on the first game, since neither player knows exactly which types of decks the opponent brought beyond the classes. It's kind of like the ladder, where you go in blind, and if you get a good matchup, you can be off to a 1-0 start, which can make a lot of difference in these Conquest matches.
Yes, I agree.
If you can play a deck that only has one good matchup against your opponent's lineup, and you find it in game one, it's going to make the day a lot easier for you.
Yeah, I mean, the first class that you pick is normally the class that you feel that you have the most confident with, maybe, so that when you land the first game, at least you can still play with your second and third, just in case you can play around with it later on.
Yeah, for sure. You want to give yourself a little wiggle room in case you do draw a bad hand or already doesn't go in your favor or something like that. It can be scary, though, if you know you only have one good matchup with a deck, that if you bring it first, you might be able to play against that good matchup, but if you beat your opponent's deck that you think might, I don't know, it could be bad overall if you never get to play against your good matchup.
Agree. All right, I think they started up. Let me just see. Yes, they started.
Alright, I can spectate Demon Hunter. I can't spectate the other guy, so...
Okay, sure, no problem. All right, so we have Paladin versus Warlock here. I can't see Demon Hunter yet, so I don't know what class he's bringing. But as for Hyrule here, what I see is most likely it will be a Christmas Paladin.
Exciting. Yeah, I'm looking at Demon Hunter's hand right now. We have excuse me, sorry.
Yep.
A Mountain Giant, Iron Beak Owl, Void Caller, and Mortal Coil. So, looks like we have a typical Demon handlock, heavy on the threats. Let's see if I can... I'm trying to see Himmenriel's hand as well.
Yeah, I can't see Demon. Well, what I have on Hammer here is actually a Shieldbot Minibot. He's playing the Murloc Knight, so definitely this is gonna be the basic, what we say, we like to call it the Christmas Paladin. And it's interesting enough, he actually has a Dr. Boom as well.
Awesome.
Yep. Maybe you can try restarting your spectator so I can at least see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in there again.
Right, so by doing this first tap, Heimra here will probably guess that he's going to be facing against the Demon Hunter here. Well, interesting for Heimra here, he actually brings the equality as well, so it's going to be very, very good for him, just in case that all those big minions actually come out. If he actually does play a Consecration as well, it might be very good for him. So Molotov just been used up to get an extra draw.
For sure. Yeah, his hand is full of threats. He has double Mountain Giant. This is a lot of good things going on for him.
Oh, okay. So for Hammer here, he just drawn into a Consecration. So he actually has the Equality Consecration combo already. So he's definitely not afraid of lowering down Demon Hunter's health. He just played the Moloch Knight, which I think he'll be using the Inspire mechanism next to get more minion about. Yeah.
Usually this is a pretty risky play to just drop the Murloc Knight without having the Inspire right off the bat, but it's on curve here, and it's kind of hard for the Handlock player to deal with because Hellfire, Dark Bomb only deal 3 damage. And now he has 2 of them, so, I mean,
yeah.
barring very specific removal, they're going to live.
I think Hammer here can actually just go full aggro because he has... so he's definitely not going to infect any of these 2 minions here.
Yeah, that Mountain Giant did nothing this turn. Unfortunate.
Yep. So Demon Hunter definitely need to tone it up. I can't see his hand either.
Oh, yeah, I can see his hand, but I can't see the Paladin player's hand, which is making this a little strange. So hopefully that gets fixed. But I think we're going to see a Shadow Flame here, actually, which he does have. So he's able to silence the Divine Shield and actually clear the board here. He has to, looks like, get rid of his Giant to do so. Yeah, so he doesn't really have much on the board now, but he does have 2 Molten Giants in his hand. No way to taunt them up yet, but I mean...
Well, Hermera here has no meaning to play. He has the Dr. Boom, but he only can play next turn. He just drawn into this Card Gather, so I think he's just going to clear that minion up.
Yep, fair enough. Looks like Demon Hunter is planning on playing the Thorison, but he did just draw Acidic Swamp Ooze, so that could be the... Nah, Thorison. Obviously the best play here. He also has a Void Caller with no other demon in his hand, so he's not going to just run that out there. Pretty disappointing competitive spirit.
Yep, it is competitive spirit.
Yeah. Alright, so Dr. Boom, pretty good thing to play here.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to spend equality yet.
He's definitely gonna rush this up because he has equality consecration on board. He has outer peace. He just drawn into an outer peacekeeper, so reduce the damage or just clear them out instantly.
Alright, so Demon Hunter looks like all he can really do this turn is Siphon Soul, the 7/7. Maybe play Acidic Swamp Ooze. Cockhammer being pretty good. Thorison can't really kill anything this turn. That being said, I do think Hammer will be a problem spot if Demon Hunter ever does find a Sunfury Protector or Argus, because I think next turn he's going to be able to play... Oh, maybe he might just go for it this turn. Yeah, he's going to tap in Siphon Soul. I was like, yeah, if he plays the Giants, he's pretty much dead, so... But he wants to keep life tapping, obviously. He did draw the Sun Fury.
Alright.
So it looks like next turn, he's definitely going to be able to play a massive board.
So Hammer just drawn into Avenge here.
Okay, wow.
That's gonna give the Boombots a big...
Yeah, a big boost for sure, because Demon Hunter doesn't have any removal, and he might get blown out by the equality that you said the Paladin still has.
Yep. I think he's hovering over the older Peacekeeper whether he should use it or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an okay body to just drop there. He's already seen a Shadow Flame. Hellfire could potentially be a problem, I suppose, but... Alright, so he's trying to deal some extra damage with that Boombot. Does 3, that's kind of a lot.
Wow, that's kind of a lot, yeah. That's definitely very good. Looking very good for him rail right here. So he's gonna have like 3 damage.
Oh, Demon Hunter draws a heal bot. That is a huge draw. Which oh yeah, he can play basically everything. He can Mountain Giant for 2, Double Molten for 0, Sun Fury for 1, and Heal Bot with the rest of his mana to bring himself back up to 18. Without that Heal Bot, this game was pretty close to being over.
Alright,
is he choosing not to heal? Oh, he's gonna Loatheb. Yeah, Loatheb actually counters the equality consecration play. He can still equality, but he has to actually use minions now. And he's deciding whether or not to play the acidic swamp boost for 0. He's just going to do it for the body. It seems okay. I mean, True Silver is basically the main threat left.
Well, Hammer just drawn into a Neutron, and I think the only play that he could probably do here would be just like you said, as you mentioned, equality here, play out the Neutron, and maybe let's just hope the Boombots actually clear one of the Mountain Giants. One of the Giants, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the Neutron's actually a pretty good draw with the board full of threats. Can prevent Demon Hunter from counterattacking. Not bad. He's gonna go for. Alright, he was hoping that bomb would hit the face for a good bit, so he could finish him off with a consecration next turn. But he's just gonna leave the board. It seems fine, especially with the Neutron. He said his last card was consecration, right?
Yes, consecration it is, and with his secret is one noble sacrifice and another avenge.
Oh man, Demon Hunter just drew a second antique heal bot. So it looks like this might be a Sylvanas heal bot turn. Feels pretty bad for Demon Hunter to use his 8-1 giant, especially to try to clear something off the board, but maybe if the Avenger gives it to the 2-1, doesn't feel quite as bad to use a big minion to kill that.
Oh,
That's exactly what's happening.
yep. I think he was hoping it will buff the Neutron.
Yeah. Or maybe even the Aldor, which couldn't be killed this turn. But yeah, Healbot's definitely not something Real wants to see right now. Not even using the giant to pop the shield. He's like, that's not worth it.
He just joined into Dr. Six. Or Mysterious Challenger.
Oh boy. Right. We might. Yeah, I think this could just be a decent consecration, but he steals the one. I mean, it's not the best consecration ever, but it's not a bad one. He just wants to clear the board, get the Dr. Six out there, get a bunch of secrets, and like try to retake control of this game because it looked so good for him for a while. But the second heal bot, it's just sad.
Well, here he needs a very good draw in his next turn. He only got the Redemption and Avenge.
Alright, so he's a little low on the secrets. I respect that. Because if there were, I mean, it would have been better, obviously, here if he could get all 5 or however many he's running. I guess 4.
He played off 4 already, so yeah. I think he's only running 6.
Yeah, 4 different ones. No repentance, it seems.
Yep. I'm actually looking forward to see any paladin. I mean, secret paladin that actually plays an eye for an eye. It could be something, you know.
I don't think the world is ready for that.
Yep,
I saw someone talk about it on Twitter, and I don't know how that's going to be well received. Someone's going to lose to eye for an eye and just be so upset. It's like, I played Mysterious Challenger, got 6 secrets. What do I do?
But I think Mysterious Challenger, it only comes out 5 secrets at a time. The maximum.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Shields up. I mean, no one's ever really tried the eye for an eye. That was, I guess fine if he didn't want to taunt the 3/4. As his last card is another heal bot, like I said, so he can't get it out. I mean, I don't know. I might just make the whole board taunts no matter what. Like he's at 10 mana, he can play any demon he draws at this point.
Well, Hamra here just drawn into his second equality. So.
Oh, he's heavy on the equalities. He was ready for this matchup.
Yeah, he was ready for this matchup.
Still not a great place to be, though, considering the second heal bot. If it wasn't for that heal bot, ooh, and he drew Dr. Boom, too. So we have...
Oh, that's not so good.
We have an Avenge. And a free 2-1. That always seems to happen. Noble Sacrifice and Redemption. The anti-synergy.
Yep.
So he could opt not to play the heal bot. He could have just Dr. Boomed and like double traded into the big one. But he's gonna just say, "Alright, pretty sure you don't have a way to deal with this taunt."
Oh.
Muster for battle would be pretty good.
Nope, he got his Slotch Belcher.
Alright. I like the mid-rangey version.
So, what Hammer knows now is that Demon Hunter has no more heal. And he can actually try and go for aggro. But as you said, he got into a Doctor Boom, so Doctor Boom is definitely going to be the next play there.
I'm interested to, well, actually, no, yeah, the Hellfire, yeah, that I realized he has. I didn't know the 9 to 3. 3 is a big difference from 4, as it turns out. Alright, so he drew a Defender Vargas too. I don't think he's going to taunt up this turn because there's no reason to expect a charge from Paladin.
Well, yep.
That would have been a blowout if it was Leroy Bloodstone Kings.
Well, I mean, it's not looking very good for him right now. I mean, it seems that things are changing to Demon Hunter side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Dr. Boom played down. Well, he needs something big. What do you have?
Yeah,
oh,
this is the turn where, what did he draw?
Tyrion.
That is something big.
That's big.
That's quite
yes.
large. Yeah, Demon Hunter has a big game hunter, not going to be too good against Tyrion.
Okay, I think.
I mean, he can clear it pretty easily, but the thing about it is the weapon deals so much damage too that, like, if he has to waste time attacking the Tyrion, the weapon could outrace him. That's a big deal.
I think he's actually thinking, should he equality here or just play away at Tyrion? I think he should equality so that he can clear out the Doctor Boom.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really a waste of equality. You saw both Mold Giants.
Yep.
Demon Hunter kind of spent his big portion. Oh, he drew a silence. What a draw. It seems like the play. The decks are getting very low. We haven't really talked about how long this game has been, but it's been pretty long. Alright, so will these boombots work? Yes, they will, as it turns out. Wow, that silence draw.
Wow, that silence draw actually make this whole thing. He just got Master of Battle.
That's almost good enough, but we see Demon Hunter as Shadow Flame too, so like even if he is scared of those 1/1s for any reason, like if he expects a Quartermaster, he can just Shadow Flame off his Owl or something like that. Yeah. Oh, and he drew Jiraxis.
Okay, so
that is actually game.
Yeah.
He can just attack with the weapon. That is it. Wow. Didn't expect it to go that way. But,
right.
I mean, the power of Iron Beak Owl, man. You can release all the fancy effects you want, but at the end of the day.
Alright, let me just try and see if I can do my spectator bug. I'm just gonna reset that.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be some weird new bug where if you're spectating some person, you can't see both players' hands. That would be a horrible thing to have happen.
Well, I tested it last night. It was okay, but I'm not just sure what just happened there. If it happens again in the next game, I'm probably just gonna need to restart my Hearthstone. But anyway, for those who actually just tuned in, this is my name is Blade, and with me we have CVH here. We're actually casting the Southeast Asia last call tournament. So players are all the way from all the Southeast Asia countries. We're playing in the NA server, but those who actually have questions. A lot of people think the Southeast Asia server is Asia server, or some would like to call it the C server. Yep. So this is.
Are they in the ocean? Are they playing from the ocean?
Yeah, we're playing in the ocean, guys. Alright, so I don't think my spectator is still working enough. I only can see Demon Hunter hand now. How about you?
I can actually see Demon Hunter's hand. Should I switch?
Yeah. Robbie, can you try?
Okay.
Yeah. So what I see here, it's Paladin versus a Warrior. Demon Hunter took his game 1 already, and now he's choosing Paladin. It looks like a standard mid-range Paladin from what I see here, and Warrior from Hemrealm. Not sure what Warrior he's playing though.
About to find out.
Yeah.
No problem. It's interesting that him and Real chose to switch after losing the first game. A lot of players will just choose to continue on and try to get a win with the deck they lost with. He actually, I guess he expected that now he didn't have to deal with the handlock deck. So he switched to this Patron deck, which should have a good matchup against whatever he faces. Should it be the Mage or the Paladin? And it looks like this is probably the better matchup to expect. You know, you want to play against the Paladins as a Patron deck for sure. Got a decent hand. He has both weapons, Whirlwind, Execute, Battle Rage. Not bad.
As for Demon Hunter, he has a Piloted Shredder, Watermaster, and Justica, Aldor, and Iron Beak Elf. So that's actually quite great for him. Anything bigs come out, he can just Iron Beak.
This might actually be not a secret deck because of the Justicar. I'm leaning. It might be like a token paladin, like we saw. Who was winning that? Tom at the One Nation of Gamers finals popularized that. So that could actually. I mean, I'm not even sure which version of paladin's better against patron yet. Oh boy, time to see what this shredder gives him. Come on, Lore Walker Cho.
What? I thought Doomsayer. Or maybe Darnassus. Yeah.
Darnassus is just sad. I don't want to wish that upon anyone at this tournament. may no one get Darnassus off Shredder today.
Well,
Lore Walker Cho is just fun to talk about.
Yeah, true. Well, Demon Hunter just drew into a Tusk Adjuster, so looks like yeah, probably like you said, he's running quite a lot of the TGT cards. I'm interested to see what he's gonna do. I think he can play pretty well in curve here. He has Justica on turn 6, he has Dr. Boom on turn 7. It's gonna be very, very good for him.
Yeah, this turn was really weak though. It's letting him and Real pretty much do whatever he wants. He has Armor Smith, he has a Fraud thing, which I don't think he's gonna just decide to run out. I don't think he's gonna be doing that. It's kind of risky against a Paladin with the True Silver champions and everything. True Silver's a card that could realistically have been in Demon Hunter's hand and not played on turn 4, so he has to be worried about that.
So Demon Hunter here has two choices. Either he play Tusk Adjuster or he play Quartermaster. But I think Tusker will be the best play here. At least you get to see. But the only thing is you're restoring your 7 health to your hero, but your hero is full health. But it's good to have a 5/5 minion on board.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it is like it doesn't matter too much what Demon Hunter's health is as long as he doesn't just get aggroed at the beginning. And he didn't get aggroed, so it should be fine. Like if he loses to him in Rail, it'll be because of a board he can't clear, or because like Frothing Berserker did 20 to 40 damage, maybe even 50, who knows. Yeah. It's very possible against Paladin, especially because he wants to fill up the board, Demon Hunter does, but every single thing he plays could be another point of attack for the Frothing, with all the Whirlwind effects. And this is a pretty good turn for him and Real. It's hard to have a bad turn when you have Despite. Are staring down a Novice Engineer.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna play the Coghammer here. He's hovering over the Coghammer. He just joined into a Murloc Knight, so looks very good for him actually.
He didn't want to send the Murloc Knight out to die. Playing Aldor as a body. Does he have a quality?
Nope. I don't
Chat's
think.
like, Chat's probably thinking, what do you mean? Of course he doesn't have a quality. Can you see his hands? No.
Well, I think the next game before it ends, I'm gonna let you take over. I'm gonna restart my client, and then hopefully I'll be able to spectate. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll see if that fixes it. Because if it does, I'll do the same before the next match. Get this quality commentary on point for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a Emperor Thorson in hand for him and Real. The question is whether or not he thinks it's good enough to warrant running out there right now. Could also just draw more cards with the Gnomish Inventor. He does have a Patron, Whirlwind, Frothing, so it's a lot of combo pieces that might be good to reduce. He could just go for the Patron, I suppose. It's realistic. Patron, slam the 3/3. Wait, he doesn't have a slam. He has a Battle Rage. My bad. Whirlwind. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. He can still clear the board and get 4 things out. The only way this is cleared is if, like, a spell damage consecration or a quality consecration. Which, as we know, Demon Hunter doesn't have.
Yeah. I think he's gonna play Dr. Boom. He's gonna play on curve. He just drew into a low tap. And yeah, I think that would be the play that he's gonna definitely do. I mean, if you want to play on curve, it's definitely gonna be Dr. Boom.
Alright, yeah. So we might see a Battle Rage into something into execute here. Oh, he just drew the Warsong Commander. So maybe he wants to I mean, Warsong could be good depending on how the boom bots go. Could also just be a good Emperor turn. You set yourself up for a later OTK with the Frothing. Playing Patron's really hard, you guys. I don't know if anyone has discovered this yet, but a lot of decision trees and, you know, making the wrong decision this turn, for example, could very easily impact the rest of the game. Like, do you use the Warsong here? Do you use the Frothing here? If they die, if Boombots just don't go your way, you could just lose your ability to win the game later.
It's kind of.
I think either way, either way he gets to draw a few cards off Battle Rage, I think, so it should be okay. Like, at least he has that comeback mechanic where he can just filter through his deck, but I think he has to execute, so maybe not. Can't really ignore the boo.
I think he's gonna go for the execute.
Yeah, seems like it. How do these Boombots behave? That's a big deal. Well, that one almost behaved very well.
Yep. 4, please. 40,
Okay.
40. Oh no.
It killed something.
Well, at least he still can get 4 draws out of 2 mana. It's still something good for him. I think
Did he get his attack in?
No,
Oh, he
I don't
didn't get
think
his
so.
attack in. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Well,
Wow,
that's sad.
that is a big deal.
Yep.
That's a free kill.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't
God.
know. I mean, Battle Rage is good, but I probably just would have been safe there and just been like, execute, hit you for 13, call it a turn.
Mhm.
That seemed fine for me, but I mean, just running out of time is such a huge blow.
Okay, so Demon Hunter here has nothing good and spectacular to play. He just drawn into a Knife Juggler. He could play a low tap here, and I don't know.
Knife Juggler is possibly the worst card he could have drawn.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Or
When
he
you
could.
think about it.
I think he could just go to play a Justicar. He could clear out either one of the patrons or Warsong Commander and then play Justicar.
Yeah, I mean, Justicar is gonna, I guess, basically clear a patron, but you don't really want to be playing your hero power.
Yeah, that's like giving him free minions.
Yeah, I mean, Himmenreal now has a Frothing again, a Grim Patron, Emperor, Unstable Ghoul. All he needs is another War Song, and he can basically just
OTK.
re-combo again. Yeah, like... Wow, I can't even... I mean, maybe the missed 13 damage, it sounds extreme, but maybe it won't come to matter this game as much.
But I think that the 10 damage just now was very, very crucial. You see, if he was 10 HP low, that he's on 14 right now. 14
true.
and with 9 damage on board. So he's gonna level 5
he would have
HP.
he would have had to have like a Tyrion that turn or something.
Yeah.
Alright, he has double execute now, so he's ready. He's just gonna run out the ghoul. Makes sense. Agreeing with the silenced one. So what would be bad for Himmenreal right now? I guess I guess a quality consecration is always bad. That would be something.
Oh,
but-
he just drew into Harrison Jones here. Not so good. I think he's gonna play low tap just to play safe.
Yeah. It's funny to think Harrison's not that good, but usually you don't want to give them a Whirlwind effect no matter what. There should only be one Despite left if he's only running a 1 War Axe. Warlock Knight. No
think it's
effect.
just-
We've seen a lot of that.
I think he's just gonna use it as a body on board so that somehow you'll be forced to clear that out instead of getting it on face. Or in worst case
Yeah.
scenario, he can actually just kill one of the patron next turn when low tap just trade into Unstable Goal.
Yeah, I don't think Himmenreal can do much wrong this turn. He can simply say, okay, you don't want me to play spells this turn. I can just draw a card with Gnomish and play an Emperor here and reduce my hand, so it's all very easy to combo with next turn. He can clear whatever he wants, basically. Gonna draw a card now. Probably technically should have done that first, but he drew a Battle Rage which costs 7, so it's not like it's gonna impact the turn. And probably gonna see at least the Loatheb gone, I would say. He could Inner Rage for 5. Not a huge execute
That's
for
gonna
5.
That's gonna overdraw.
Is he going to rope again? I mean, he's going to clear the entire board this way, so I get it. He doesn't necessarily need to Emperor. He can simply just... He knows his opponent doesn't have a quality consecration, so if it wasn't a problem last turn, it won't be a problem this turn. He can just make a few guys, hit him for a little bit.
Oh,
And he still has all the combo pieces.
So Demon Hunter just drawn into a true silver here. It's definitely gonna clear out one of the Patron. He could. I think you definitely need to play out your Harrison Jones here. You have nothing else on board. You can't, or you can. I mean, there's not much option left for Demon Hunter. He has a Knife Juggler. He can play that, and then you. I don't think you want to hero power here. Yeah.
I think if you knife juggler hero power, you just concede. That's like the I wanted to do it once kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, he has to be so reactive, and he doesn't really have a way to do it. Like, even if he got rid of this whole board, like he still has to deal with that entire hand. Oh my
did
god!
he just? Oh,
He only burned the war song, guys.
that's the most important card you need.
Kappa. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, so it's only war song commander. When you can burn a war song commander and still win, like that's how far ahead he is right now. Like he doesn't even need by far the best card left in his deck. He
And
has-
miss 10 damage.
I mean, yeah, you can miss 10 damage.
That belongs
I talked about how hard Patron was to play, but the deck is also just so powerful that occasionally when you have a good matchup, this is also a good matchup, we should mention that, like, you can't just play and miss damage and burn cards all the time and win, but like, when you have this good of a matchup, the deck is so powerful that it can just win by itself. Like, there's nothing that Demon Hunter could have to answer both the board and the hand. Like, he only has 3 cards. He's behind in tempo, card advantage, and life. That's like the big 3.
Well, he just got himself a Murloc Knight. I think he's just gonna go for the Murloc like and hero power there.
Alright, so let's go charge Murloc, old Murkai. Oh, we got the tiny one.
Oh.
victory.
Alright.
Alright, at least we saw Murloc. That made me happy.
Okay, I'm just gonna go and restart my client real quick, just in case.
Alright, I'm gonna stay on him in Real because I have to spectate the player whose names I can't pronounce. Alright, so we saw Patron Warrior, as is typical of the deck, take a win. Score is now at 1-1. Demon Hunter doesn't have Handlock left. Himmenriel doesn't have Patron left. We have Paladin and Warlock for Himmenriel versus the Paladin and Mage from Demon Hunter. Maybe we see Mage this game. Maybe we get to see some more different class diversity here. But Demon Hunter could just choose to stay on the mid-range Paladin and try to take a win against Himmenriel's Warlock or Paladin. It's a little tricky there because the Paladin mirror match can come down to who draws the better curve, but should be good against whatever Himmenriel's Warlock is.
Yeah. What do you think if it's a Secret Paladin versus the mid-range that we saw just now? I mean, it's... Yeah.
I mean, it depends. We saw Himmenriel run Secret Paladin, but it was like more of a mid-rangey version with only like 5 or 6 secrets and double equality.
Mhm.
I think that actually favors the Secret Paladin slightly. If it's like an aggro Secret Paladin, I would tend to say that mid-range decks can answer that pretty well because they have like all the other game tools like Muster and Minibot and Consecration, but they also have cards like Sludge Belcher and Tyrion that can just... I mean, Equality Consecrate also easily answers, you know, you can trigger their secrets, pump up with Avenge, and then use Equality Consecrate to clear all the damage they supposedly got, so that's pretty good, but if it's mid-range versus mid-range, I think it does come down to draws more often than not. You know, if he gets Doctor 6 on turn 6, I mean, that coupled with all the answers both decks have, like, you know, Boom, Tyrion,
Yeah.
it just gives the secret deck one more threat.
I agree, I mean.
Could just come down to something as simple as a Murloc Knight that can't be killed, that could also just win the game.
True. With Warlock Knight, it's actually something very, very interesting. You could get tons of Murloc on board, and you don't know what will be coming. So it's a bet in a way, but then if the right minions comes on board, it's going to be very favorable for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great if it dies right away, but like even if you get a 1/1, but they can't kill the Murloc Knight, it's still just free cards over time, and that's good enough to play in those mid-range decks for sure.
Justice demands
So-
retribution.
Yeah, Himmenriel with the mid-rangey Secret Paladin. I'm gonna see if I can also spectate Demon Hunter. I'm not sold on it working, but I'm gonna click it. Oh, spectator bugs. Why do you affect me every time I cast? Alright, enough of that. So, Himmenriel has Consecration, Annoyatron, Competitive Spirit, Cog Hammer. Would be good to fight off early aggression. but we'll see. Definitely going to ship off the spirit. I feel like you can keep the other 3 cards. It's a curve. It might not be the best curve, but it's a curve, and Consecration is a pretty good card in the mirror.
Yeah. All right, CVH. I have both hands on
You
this.
do?
You can try and restart your client.
Oh, okay.
I have to restart the whole thing.
You restarted everything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this will be fun.
Okay. So I'll carry on for a bit. So
Yeah,
what do we see? What I can see here is most likely. Yeah, as you said, no, he didn't keep it. He looks like he mulliganed. He kept the Anoatron instead, and he had Master with two secrets and Doctor Six is already in Hammer's hand. Is definitely gonna play the Noble Sacrifice first.
That's a lot of secrets to have for his opening hand when he only runs a few.
Yeah, so well, Demon Hunter just played into a Knife Juggler. I think his next turn he can actually go into the Master of Battle. So that's gonna be at least minimum 4 damage. Oh, and so Himril just played into Anoatron. Okay, so it was definitely gonna be the Master of Battle. Just gonna hope for it to hit at least twice. Yep.
Even if
One
it doesn't,
more time.
it's not too bad. Well, he does have the Noble Sacrifice, you said?
Yes, he just had a Noble Sacrifice. So Demon Hunter tested it out with his hero to try and hit it out. So Knife Juggler will be able to clear the Anoatron. And Equality just drawn by Himrel here. So Himrel's is going to play the Master of Battle. It's going to clear out the Knife Juggler because it's going to be very, very annoying. But it's going to be left with 3 Silver Hand Recruits versus 3 Silver Hand Recruits. Alright. So Demon Hunter just played into Murloc Knight, and I think he's going to go for the all clear board and make sure that nobody can nobody can kill this Murloc Knight next turn. The only way for him here to clear is Equality, if he would like to use it. If not, it doesn't seem there's any way he can actually clear that. So he has no minion to play unless no. He has Dr. Six, but then he's on 4 mana. Yep, he's playing the Equality.
Oh, I can see both hands. This is wonderful. Sorry. I got
no
really
problem.
excited there.
Reporting for
bro.
duty.
Oh, wow, if this keeps on working, I'm so happy. Alright, so where are we at? Who's gonna win?
Well, both I would say both sides is actually doing quite well. It's just that Himrel just blew down one of his Equality already. So it wouldn't be looking good when he's playing against kind of mid-range Demon Hunter here. So if any big minions come out like Tyrion and so on, or Dr. Boom, it wouldn't be very good for him.
Yeah. Interesting Solemn Vigil. Just seeing that for the first time in this deck. Not a card a lot of players are willing to run with the meta being as fast as it is. Getting a pretty solid 4 secrets there.
Yep, Christmas tree.
No, almost. It's missing like 1 branch. Alright, obviously going to use the last weapon charge here on this Noble Sacrifice. It's going to make the 6/6 pretty big. Demon Hunter has the equality, but it's like not a great equality. He still has to get rid of his 5/5 if he wants to get rid of it this turn. Has a handful of minions. Maybe he just wants to Murloc Knight. Yeah, that's not a bad Murloc Knight turn. You take a lot of damage, but you get to kill everything but 1 card. You actually take a lot of damage if you don't equality, but it's not a very tempting equality. I think you just maybe eat the damage this turn.
Move
I think-
quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
You could even Loatheb, I guess, but is Murloc Knight better? Maybe. Depends on when it gets out.
yeah, I think Murloc Knight would be better because you actually have 4 body on board.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It could help in any way. And because since he know that he has equality already, so he can just use equality no matter how big whatever minions that he's gonna play out next. And if Demon Hunter joins your Consecration, so that's definitely very good for him.
It might be a pretty big deal to see if he can actually win the joust next time with Tuskar Jouster. In a matchup like this, sometimes that extra 7 damage can mean the difference. Do we have more secrets here? Is that, or are we just playing it for the body? All right, we have 1 secret,
I don't
redemption.
think so. Oh, we have?
Oh, there's just a redemption left.
Well, outdoor. He can outdoor here. But I think he's gonna choose for the quality play. And then adjustment. Or low tap. Low tap would be better. Because once there's no minion on board, you don't want them to clear out. Yep. He's definitely gonna do it. Yep.
Who am I? None of your business.
If something sticks, the Blessing of Kings could be a problem. Alrighty.
Follow the rule.
I mean, I say a problem, but it can still be killed by the rest of Demon Hunter's board. Consecration pickup. Not too great yet, I guess. Yeah, this is a weird turn. He can't really Blessing, he can't really Solemn Vigil. I mean, could he Solemn Vigil? No, I don't know. He's thinking about like Muster Blessing because it's like the curve.
I think Master. If he really wants, he can just Master and then use his Mysterious Stranger to clear out Shooter, Consecration, and then use his weapon to clear out Outdoor.
Yeah, this hand would also be way better if that Avenge was not in his hand because the Challenger would have gotten it. Or I guess it would have already triggered in that case, which would have been fine as well, but I mean having Avenge down right now, just for 1 more mana would be great. Because you know Demon Hunter's going to be on board clearing duty next turn. If you can.
Wow, so he's just gonna go. I think he's gonna save the Consecration for something else.
Fair enough. He might be looking to get a muster with it, but you know, we see Demon Hunter draw Quartermaster, so if he does draw a muster, he's just going to play them both. It's going to be too big to deal with again. It's like, alright, do I heal this turn or do I Loatheb this turn? Well, we know Minrael's hand is all spells, so Loatheb is better for a third-party perspective, but...
Yeah. I think
I mean, you don't really need to heal yet. Like, you can pretty much do that whenever. You're at 24, not going to die this turn. He just can't win a joust to save his life. It's important that it's not actually saving his life because it won't work.
Reporting for duty.
He didn't pray today.
No, he did not. That's a bad day not to pray. You're playing the LCQ. You need RNGs is on your side. Murloc Knight. Consecration, clear, maybe? If you want to retain your board, I guess you take the 5 damage to your face again. It's not a huge deal against mid-range paladins, like, not going to deal 11 damage to you. Is just going to take the damage.
I think he's gonna use his Solemn Vigil now. Yep. So yeah, 1 cost you get to draw 2 cards.
Yep, not bad.
Wow.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, that's actually a big turnaround because he drew into Lay of Hands and he has no cards. He can do that and get 3 cards, which it's gonna be like a not a very good play for the Demon Hunter. He can just go into low tap and then shoot it mini bots there.
Yeah. I mean, Loatheb is going to negate the Lay on Hands if he does that this turn. But of course, Aldor is going to make the card not too great. I feel like he's really holding that Loatheb if he plays the Quartermaster for 1 dude.
Looks like he's gonna do it.
To arms.
I mean, it makes Aldor worse, but at that point... Yeah, I mean, the 1/1 doesn't really... The 1/1s that Minrael has doesn't really do anything this turn, I guess. Kind of awkward, can't True Silver, Murloc Knight, Hero Power. Has to do a different play. There's nothing to Aldor that you want to Aldor. He might just say, screw it, Lay on Hands this turn, or Murloc Knight this turn seems better.
Let me
I think Murloc Knight would be better because you never know you get into a charge, or at least you have more body, more minions on board, and then even if he just wants to go like face everything, it will be good as well because he know he has Avenge ready, so he wouldn't mind getting one of the minion just die off like that. Yeah, he should tempt. He should actually taunt him into clearing one of his minion.
Yeah, because right now Demon Hunter doesn't have a real reason to clear anything. If he played Lay on hands, he'd probably just go all face.
Yeah.
Or even if he did trigger Avenge, he has way too much board presence to. It doesn't even matter. Thinking about True Silvering, that seems like too much of a reactive play. You don't really have a board if you True Silver to clear.
Reporting for duty.
Against Old Murkai, wow, everyone's roping. Well, mostly just Demon Real because this is the first match, but yeah.
Alright, so let's just do a little bit of recap for those who actually just tuned into the stream. My name is Blade. With me, I have CVH. Alright, and we're actually casting the Last Call, Southeast Asia Last Call tournament. We're only going to be casting until round 16 here. The players that actually advance into round 16, we're going to tomorrow top 40. Oh wow! So
Demon Real lost, by the way.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. That happened really fast. It was a top deck True Silver champion. I do like the way him and Real played it. Like, it was the play that it made the Avenge the best. You know, put a lot of board presence. The only problem was that he had gone down so low in life. He's probably kicking himself now for taking the 5 damage when he could have just traded another 1/1 into the 5 attack minion. He would still be alive right now. So that is something.
I will fight with honor.
Alright,
And
so
now, alright. So the Mage is the last deck that Demon Hunter has to win with, and he has to beat either the Paladin or the Warlock that we have not seen yet.
So for the viewers out there, Himerel is actually just won 1 game. This is the best of 5. Demon Hunter won 2 games already. So this is gonna be his last. He's gonna need this win to advance to the next round. Winning 2 rounds in a row, we will let him secure the tomorrow top 40 play. And players who actually who are top 8 in the upper bracket for top 40 tomorrow, and lower bracket in top 8 players in the lower bracket for top 40 tournament. Oh, so many tops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna qualify for themselves to be in the Philippines land tournament. So that's a very big Southeast Asia event for us here.
Very exciting. I'm on the other side of the world, so no real stake in this tournament. Just kidding. Happy for all these players, of course. Alright, oh, did he keep that Noble Sacrifice? It's not bad, I guess, if you really think it's Tempo Mage.
Yep,
Does he know what Demon Hunter's mage is, though? I mean, obviously, we know it's Tempo Mage now. I saw an effigy. I want effigy to do something now. Makes me think he's running more of a high curve with, like, maybe Ronin. Oh, that Mana Worm. A little bit late. Mana Worm would have... Oh, if it was 1 card up, it would have changed so much. You could bait the Noble Sacrifice out this turn and live. Yeah, that would have made it a different game for sure. Both players have pretty strong hands, I would say.
Yeah.
Demon Hunters would be a lot better if he had the coin.
Coin of Master Battle.
Yeah, that's not too bad. You can just wait until the 2/2 triggers the Noble Sacrifice and you keep your entire board. I don't think he would have made this play. I don't think he would have mustered if Demon Hunter had the coin. Because you're worried about Flamewaker having easy pings there. Alright, so is this going to give him Mirror Entity or the effigy that we saw? Counterspell. Wow.
Wow.
Maybe he's running a... Wow, this is actually crazy.
This is the surprise element that might actually change the tide of this game.
Yeah, for sure. And we just saw him and Real use the coin too. If he hadn't coined Muster and he could just bait out the counterspell with the coin this turn, would be a wasted secret, but not quite. And now him and Real doesn't really have a play. He can just make a guy. What's he gonna do? Just go face.
Let's go face.
Seems fine. If it was effigy and he killed the Mana Worm, got like a wisp. Oh, he's gonna take the 1 to the face. I mean, I guess he's high enough and he runs heal, so not a huge deal. Flamewaker is gonna get played. No effect this turn. Coghammer is not bad, I guess. 2 Consecrations, 2 Murloc Knights.
I think he's gonna
2
try
pair.
for the consecration.
Yeah, it seems like the easiest way to clear this board, but Not with that counterspell.
Yep, surprise!
That's a big swing turn. And no one really plays around counterspell anymore. It just doesn't happen because you don't see it that often.
My magic
As we
will
saw.
tear
Oh
you
god, the taunts.
apart.
Oh wow, now he's stuck. Like, what should I do now? Should I clear? Should I hit in? I think.
Yeah, I mean you can't even clear the important card. But he can set himself up for another consecration. It's like pretty obvious because why else would you bring that thing to 2 mana or 2 health, but yeah, it seems okay. He can also just play the Cog Hammer next turn if he wants to make a guy. Divine Shield. That would also save the Equality Consecration combo together. But the problem here is that Himmenriel is like on the back foot. Like he's just botting too much to Demon Hunter, and Demon Hunter can just put out card after card that Himmenriel has to answer. Like he doesn't have time to play his own Murloc Knight. He can't just let it die, and that's a problem. And Himmenriel keeps drawing the same card multiple times: 2 Consecrations, 2 Murloc Knights, 2 Equalities.
I wonder.
Don't think this is a matchup where you want 2 Equalities,
For duty.
but this is an okay play.
Well, I mean, this is his only option because it's gonna be very big. He can actually go. Demon Hunter can just go unstable, and Frostbolt.
Yeah, you can't let that happen with the Flame Waker out. You have to kill it. King of Beasts, huh? Not bad. Just gonna go for the Scientist. That makes the most sense. Like, it's not more powerful than the King of Beasts on board, but it's gonna make his draws better if he can. If it dies, you know, he could get Effigy or Mirror Entity. I assume there's not 2 counter spells.
I don't think there's gonna be 2.
I have seen people run 2 counter spells recently. Very recently. I was watching Nostum stream yesterday, actually, and he was running like Tempo Mage with 2 counter spells, 1 entity.
Let me
And I thought I was seeing things at first. I was like, are those numbers reversed? But apparently 2 counter spells. Like, if you don't expect the first one, there's no way you're expecting the second one. It is a strategy.
True. I mean, if I were him around here, I'm just gonna think like, I think he plays 1, so I'm gonna take the risk. But he has 2 equalities, so there's nothing much for him to be afraid of.
I think this seems okay too. If he wants to kill the Scientist, he's just going to expect Mirror Entity now.
for duty.
So he doesn't want to give his opponent Murloc Knight. That would just be like the end of the game. So he's going to play around the Mirror Entity that he thinks is going to be. And what do we actually have? We have Effigy.
Effigy.
Alright. That's actually pretty good. Clear the board too. Wow, Demon Hunter is just in such a good position. And this Effigy is either going to give him... Well, it's going to give him a 5-drop, actually, because King of Beasts is also a 5-drop.
Yeah.
There is no bad Effigy here. Well, I mean, as bad as a 5-drop can be, but it's a lot better than getting it on a Mana Worm or a Mirror Image thing.
Do you think he's gonna play the Quality Consecration here?
I mean, it's tough. I don't think so, because one of the things is already down in the Consecration range. You can sort of just develop... He wanted to test for
Reporting for
the
duty.
Mirror Entity too. And he knows now that it's not Counterspell, it's not Mirror Entity. Might have to just assume it's Effigy. In which case, you'd rather your opponent be the one to do the trades, but... Oh my god, Lothab is so good right now. Source's Apprentice is so good right now.
Yeah.
Evil Portal is so good right now. His whole hand is so good.
Oh, he can do...
Oh my god.
Everything is good right now.
This is just a savage beating. I don't know what to say. There's like... How good can Murloc Knight be? I guess he just has to equality for 7 mana, as ugly as that sounds. And clear here. I suppose the weapon should attack the 2-1 to take less face damage, and then I guess you clear the Drake and the Lothab and hope, maybe, depending on what this is. Okay, that's like as bad as a 5-drop can be. That was good for him in real. Definitely not on the high end of 5-drops. But now you're stuck with a 2-1 against a mage deck that can just ping it. And he can still play his whole hand, and I think he just has game, right? Is this game? It has to be game, yeah, it's like Frostbolt plus spell damage plus ping. Yeah, exact lethal.
Well played.
Alright, well Demon Hunter gonna take the match 3-1. We never get to see what Himmenriel's Warlock was. I think we can chalk that one up to mostly the counterspell, actually. The counterspell and Himmenriel not having the best hand, and the counterspell just taking that 4 mana away from him. That is such a big tempo swing. It is a tempo. It's what a tempo deck wants to do. Just be more efficient on mana. So, good solid win from Demon Hunter, and he'll be in the top 32 of this tournament.
Yep. So we'll be seeing his game next. He'll be playing against Slayer. Slayer is from Vietnam. Yep, Vietnam. So he'll be playing against Slayer from Vietnam, and then for those who actually just tuned in, this is the Southeast Asia Last Call tournament. I'm Blade, and with me CVH here. We're gonna take a very quick break, about 2 to 3 minutes. We'll be back in a short while. All right?
See you soon, guys.
Yeah, bye. Alright guys, welcome back to the Southeast Asia Last Call Tournament. My name is Bleed. With me, I have CVH. You holding on, man?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going for you?
I'm good. Alright, so let's just do a quick recap here. We'll be casting the round of 32. We just casted the round of 64, Himro versus Demon Hunter, where Demon Hunter picked up this round and he was playing against his own countrymate, I would say, Slayer, both from Vietnam. We do see a lot of players already advancing to round 32. Only a couple just still playing their round 64 here. But I do see a lot of Vietnam players here. So things to be looking good for Vietnam players. I mean, they're actually looking quite good.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also looking good for the Warlock class. We just saw two players both with Warlock in their lineups, and we're going to see both players bring Warlock yet again. Demon Hunter with the Warlock, Mage, and Paladin. We've seen all of his decks already since they all won. Slayer's going to be on a Warlock, a Warrior, and a Hunter. So looking forward to the chat spams of Smork when Hunter is played, and seeing what kind of deck Slayer brought to this tournament.
All right.
He actually got a bye round 1, so he hasn't had to prove his lineup yet. Now he has to prove it on the big stage, so to speak.
Yeah. So this round is actually very important for all the players out there. If they manage to play until this round, that means that they secure their place for tomorrow's top 40 tournament. So top 40, whoever actually gets the top 8 players for the winner bracket and top 8 players for the loser bracket is a double elimination. They're going to secure a place to play at the Philippines for their LAN finals over there.
And the winner of that, where do they go?
And the winner of that, they're going to go to Taiwan, and it's going to be the Southeast Asia last final. Whoever wins that will be representing the whole Southeast Asia. It's the Asia Pacific Championship.
So basically, someone here could potentially go to BlizzCon.
Yes.
Could be one of these players in this very match.
Yep. All right. So let's just check with the players if they are ready up. We could go anytime. I think they're preparing to battle right now, and
Sounds good.
so I mean we're gonna see very interesting plays here. I mean, like you mentioned, a hunter. We haven't actually got to see a hunter. I mean, a lot of players are bringing in warrior and warlock, and also druid in this tournament.
Yeah.
So hunter is not that much, but then we'll get to see if it's gonna be like hit trade minion. No, hit face. Yes.
Yeah, on the statistics, we haven't really talked about the classes that we don't see almost at all. Like, there are hardly any shamans and rogues, so don't be surprised if you're watching this whole event streamed and we don't ever talk about a shaman or a rogue, because there's literally only like 2 or 3 of each of them in the entire event, which is pretty shocking. So if you're out there looking for decks to metagame against, shaman and rogue are closer to the bottom of that list now.
Okay.
Shaman's been there for a while, but rogue is a surprise.
Well, shaman, to be the exact amount, we had 3 shaman only actually in all of the players that actually submitted that decks. And as for rogue, we only had 2 players.
Yeah.
Bringing in rogue, and
That's
others it's all
just
a mixture. Yeah, it's a mixture of paladin, warrior, warlock, and hunter.
Yep, and druid, of course.
Yeah, and druid.
Some priest, because Dragon Priest is popular now. Alright, so I think they are getting ready to start.
I was actually looking forward to see if we can see any priests play, because it might be interesting.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
Okay, right. So we'll be seeing Demon Hunter versus Slayer. This is the best of 5. It's a conquest mode, so we'll be seeing Warrior versus Mage. Oh wow!
Alright.
So looking at Slayer's hand, most likely it's gonna be a Patron Warrior, and Demon Hunter is gonna be the Temple Mage that he just played the previous round.
Yep, we've already seen all Demon Hunter's decks, so they don't come as a surprise, and Patron is pretty much the most common variant of Warrior we can expect. I can see both players' hands again. This is just lovely. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Alright,
I think
Slayer
things-
has a really good hand.
Yeah, things might be not. It will be a disadvantage for Demon Hunter, because if Slayer were actually watching the stream just now, he could have had
True,
a quick glimpse of what potentially cards that Demon Hunter would have, and so the element of surprise might not be there anymore. He can actually predict at least what he will be bringing.
Yeah, of course the stream is on delay, so players can't snipe while they're playing a match, but this is a rare occurrence where Slayer didn't have to play a match last round, so whereas another player might have been busy playing their own game, Slayer could have been watching the stream, and that's a perfectly reasonable way to gain information right now. And Slayer has no real way to draw cards outside of Slam, which is possibly the one downfall of his hand if he does happen to, you know, lose with it. But he does have the War Axe. He could just run it out right here. He's considering that. He could just armor up. He's like, I have so many options and it's only turn 2. What do I do? And Demon Hunter also had a really strong hand. Obviously, the Mana Worm that he didn't have wouldn't have been that great because it would have just got War Axed.
So we do see a counter spell here on Demon Hunter. If this Mad Scientist bring in another counter spell, it's probably like what you said, there's 2 counter spells on the deck.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen Effigy and Mirandity for those of you who haven't seen the last match. He's running at least those 3 secrets. It could just be like 3 of them, the 3, 1 of each. That would be that's what I expect, but yeah, Counterspell could potentially just win the game against Patron. It could also be useless if it's like an Inner Rage that didn't really need to be activated. It's just a 0 mana way to bait it out. But if you play Counterspell at the right time and they don't expect it when they're trying to combo off, it could like negate the game-winning Whirlwind or something like that. Or the Battle Rage that could have drawn 7 cards. That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
You want to prevent your opponent from drawing 7 cards, ideally.
Pull up a chair by the hut.
So he's like, I could play this Flame Waker, and we'll see if it lives. That would be great. But if it dies, at least Effigy's going to give me something slightly better than it would give me if I played Apprentice here. But Apprentice isn't bad. He could just Apprentice an Unstable Portal. He just has to commit to only getting a 2 mana card off Effigy, because there's no way he's not going to War Axe that.
I think pinging here and skipping this turn would be actually quite a good idea.
You think so? It's not bad. I mean, summoning Flame Waker now, it makes sense. Like, he has to use his last weapon charge if he wants to kill it, basically. Or, I guess, the Slam, which he didn't know about, but... like, Flame Waker is not going to be too good against Patron later in the game anyway, when they have a board full of, like, the Armor Smith he just drew, or Patrons especially. Like, you can't really play that card against Patrons that are out the board, just like Knife Juggler. So you might as well try to get rid of at least, like, if it gets rid of the Ghoul, which it won't, but, you know, if that was, like, the plan, that's totally fine. Like, you're getting rid of a Whirlwind, basically. And the Effigy itself is making that a more reasonable play. That wasn't the best 3-drop to get, since it only has 1 health against a deck with a million ways to deal 1 damage. Water Elemental, not bad. He doesn't have an Execute to answer it.
Oh well.
we tried, guys.
I think we have the caster curse already, whereby every card that we name is gonna come up.
Yeah, not good news for Demon Hunter there. Just imagine Slayer's sigh of relief that we didn't get to hear, but I'm sure it was sure it was there.
We're seeing a lot of Patron bringing in the Shield Slam or the Shield Block back to the meta game already. Last time it was very, very frequent. We see a lot of players playing that, and then recently it's coming back again. I think Shield Slam. Some people are debating whether, I mean, they don't want the Execute, but they want a Shield Slam, or they could actually throw one of the Execute for a Shield Block or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least it's standard to run 1 shield block now. Like, in a tournament where, I mean, basically you can expect aggro no matter where you are, tournament or ladder, so it's just a gain 5 health, draw a card. It's not bad in the control mirrors, and it's very, very good in the aggro decks, the aggro deck matchups, so you might as well run at least the 1. And I think Life Coach popularized the double shield block plus shield slam. I'm not sure if anyone's running 2 shield slams, that'd be interesting. Because I feel like Execute's just more often than not, it's just better. But, it's good to have removal. They're very good against druids, and there's a lot of druids now, so you might as well just make that matchup better if you have the room for a shield slam. We might see this counter spell being set. We might not. What did he get? Oh, did he just get Emperor?
Did he just get an Emperor? Yeah.
He did. Okay.
Oh wow.
We have a game, boys.
That's actually very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't seem bad. Just gonna set the Mirandity though. That's interesting.
He needs to execute the water elemental here.
Yeah. If he had coined into a lot of things could have been different just now. He could have played Counterspell instead, which might have been a big change, because I don't think if Slayer didn't play around the Counterspell, if he hadn't been watching the stream, he could have just burned an Execute. Also, if he had coined into the Emperor there, he could have played a 6 mana Doctor. Oh wait, that's not a Doctor, that's an X9. It's Spectator mode, boys. Sorry about that. Alright, what are we going to see here? Alright, so he baits out the Mirror Entity, rightly so, gives him the 2-4. You don't want to give a mage a Acolyte of Pain. You can't get rid of it that turn. So the Gnomish was correct. And we're going to see a clear on the Apprentice, because that card can get out of hand. Looks like the Tempo Mage player is kind of in the driver's seat. This is actually insane. He's getting
Yeah,
reduced
things are looking
Antonitis. He has the coin.
things are looking very, very, very good for him.
Yeah, I mean, he can kill the Emperor, obviously, but... I mean...
But I mean, but
so
still,
solid.
that 1 mana less for each card is actually still very good.
He's not killing the Emperor this turn.
Killing the Emperor.
I don't feel too good about that, personally. Also, I mean... You kind of might as well just shield block first, but it is a counterspell, which is just taking 3 mana away from the patron player. The fact that he can get, like, another fireball in his hand and get it reduced again, that's a big deal.
I think.
Oh my god, he can get 2
Oh
more
my
fireballs. This is so much value right now, I can't even handle it. Yeah, he's just gonna apprentice coin fireball, I think, to get 2 more fireball. Wait, no, wait, what did I see? Never mind, I don't know.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, he did it to the... I don't know, I couldn't... YOLO Antonitis there wouldn't have been the worst thing ever. You have to assume there's not another execute, because
Yeah,
I've
I
already
think
seen one.
he's afraid that there's another execution. We don't want to take his risk, because Antonitis here might be his only winning condition.
I think if he did have another execute already in hand, though, he would have just attacked with the Gnomish. But then again, he used all of his mana for the shield block, which was negated too. There's a lot of ifs on that play.
Yeah.
But like, he still has the Antonitis and at least 2 extra fireballs whenever he wants, because the other fireball only costs 1. Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of damage coming right at Slayer, I have to assume. Wow, is that actually... What is that, 14? That's actually direct... I think it's lethal. Pretty sure it's exact lethal.
14. Yeah.
Alright, so he did it right. He knew exactly what was going on. Yep, well,
Right.
sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's the patron player that gets OTK'd.
Alright.
21.
So, Demon Hunter taking game number 1 from Slayer. We're gonna see... Demon Hunter. He has a Paladin and Warlock left. Whereas for Slayer has Warrior, Warlock, and Hunter. What would you play if you're Slayer?
I think I might continue with the patron. I think if it's Warlock, if it's Handlock, which we know it is, it's going to be a bad matchup for the patron. So you kind of have to play it in hopes that you can beat the Paladin with it. Because if like he played a different deck and Demon Hunter won with the Paladin this turn, or this game, then like you just don't really have a good matchup left with patron, and you might just lose with that deck all 3 times. Which is kind of a weird thing to say, losing with patron all 3 times, but yeah, it can happen. It's one of the most commonly countered decks. I'm really well, actually, I'm not. Like, I would have been surprised that Slayer shipped that War Axe, but we already mentioned that he could have been watching the stream, and War Axe is not as good against Handlock as it is against Zoo. It's obviously like one of the best cards to have against Zoo, but if he knows it's Handlock, I think you have to hard mulligan for like execute and draw cards here. You have to draw into a combo, you have to play Emperor Thorison, you have to execute the taunt, you have to win a game that turn.
It's gonna be very hard for Slayer. I think his only winning condition is the double Floating Berserker. That would be the only thing that can outburst Demon Hunter. If not, looking by Demon Hunter's hand right now, of course he has 2 Shadow Flame and Defender of Argus. So there's nothing that he's afraid of. I mean, he can just play Twilight Drake and then play with the curve, or play a Demon Hunt, play the what do you call, a White Collar here if he doesn't, if he wants to just put a Lord Jaraxxus on board, which I don't think he normally will.
Yeah, I mean, he wants the execute to like bait out a Drake. He doesn't want to get like a Jaraxxus out to get executed or something like that. But yeah, so he's just gonna deal some damage. He's gonna try to get a lot of draws off his Acolyte, I think. I'm sure he would have liked to not have to use Deathbite this turn, but it's happening. I don't think he's gonna trade in. He could get a free... I mean, he could actually, if he trades the ghoul.
He could trade in to get more extra draws, because like you mentioned just now, you're gonna play against a Handlock, and you're gonna need more draws and more good draws basically. So if you trade that, oh no, it's not.
I mean, if he
true.
was going to make this play, then it might have been right to interrage first. He might have just thought about that last minute, because if he interraged and drew execute, it could as well. But, oh, there's Emperor. That's a card that he's going to need to play eventually this game if he wants to win it. He was also trying to play around silence. You can't leave the Acolyte out too long. It'll get owled, and then you lose a way to draw potentially 3 cards.
Oh wow! So now white color being played by Demon Hunter here. If I think Jaraxxus is the only demon on hand.
Yep. That
Yep.
seems to be the case.
So, well, that's an interesting play. I mean, normally Jaraxxus, well, like I mentioned, normally you don't want to put Jaraxxus out on the play just by playing a single Jaraxxus, but I think he's gonna aim for that.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't know that Demon Hunter has a Jaraxxus, so I think he might just save the Despite here. He could have, like, coined into the Emperor this turn, but he's going to try to draw a Frothing or a Warsong Commander first. As we can see, he's aggressively using that coin for the Gnomish to put a body out there. He could have also just shield blocked. Either one will work, but this will contest the Void Caller as well. Molten Giant, very important cards to have, and now he has both.
My shield for Argus.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he has another Sun Fury in hand, so he can like use his Argus here just for a favorable trade. Makes that Despite pretty awkward. Gonna have to use this Inner Rage. No execute still. I mean, Jaraxxus on one hand could have been important to stabilize later in the game if he needed the heal, but
Well, I think playing getting Jaraxxus on the board is actually not that bad either, because he's definitely going to bait out at least one execute there, because 15 HP on a minion is very, very hard to clear. You have to trade in a lot of minions.
absolutely. Except, all right, so he drew the execute, and now he was thinking to himself, "Oh well, getting the Argus down to 1 health just to make it easier to kill with the Despite seemed nice, but now that I have execute."
Oh, I think he just did a miss. Oh, it's not definitely a misplay, but he took 3 damage to the face. He could have hit Demon
Oh
Hunter
yeah.
4 damage. Yeah.
He could have actually been playing around. If he hit for the 4, the Moltens would cost 5 instead of 9, and he'd be able to play 1 this turn. He could have been playing around that. It's unclear. It seems... I mean, we know he has the Moltens, but I don't think most players would have played around just the 1 Molten. Alright, we have a Frothing Berserker. This could be the time for Emperor.
I think he might actually wait for a Warsong Commander first.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if he had Warsong plus Frothing, with the Frothing reduced is 5, then the Patron still costs 4, and he has no Whirlwinds left. That's why I didn't particularly care for using the Despite there. Like, he could have slammed with the Jaraxxus and prayed for the Execute and got it, and he would still have a Despite up. Do we know if Demon Hunter runs an Acidic Swamp Ooze? I think his opponent did. Well, no, I think he actually does. This might be the one that runs an Acidic Swamp Ooze. Alright.
Alright.
What now?
So Slayer could have just been like, alright, I need to use this second Despite to some effect before it gets Acidic Swamp Oozed, if he knew his opponent had it.
Okay.
Never mind, that's not really a play that says he's playing around Acidic Swamp Ooze, but luckily he doesn't have to deal with it this turn, it seems.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Wow, he only can play. That's the only play. I think he should.
He could have life tapped into it, but no, I actually couldn't. He had too full of a hand.
He couldn't. He has too many cards on hand. Yeah.
But he has like another one. He has a way to taunt it up. He has heal. He even has Mal'Ganis now. And Slayer is still just looking for this Warsong Commander. But he's going to take the opportunity now to discount. His hand got a lot more discountable. He has a 0 cost execute. He has 2 Frothings, 2 Grim Patrons, Whirlwind. So at any point, he just needs the Warsong Commander.
Right. He's thinking should he trade or should he just hit the face?
It's
I think
kind of
definitely
tough to leave a 5/5 out there. That's an
Yeah.
Emperor.
I mean, Demon Hunter could be a bit greedy. He could hit the face, and or he could actually, in fact, he can actually wait for next turn, or maybe if he's greedy, he can go like Sylvanas and then Shadow Flame with his own Sylvanas to capture
I
something.
have no time for games. Shields up!
Alright, so oops, Shield Slam. Yep, definitely. He runs the Shield Slam. So Shield block into Shield Slam. Oh. Okay, he's gonna take away the Sylvanas and there's
That makes
not
sense.
much-
He can just eat the damage, right? Keep the execute for like a future threat.
Yep.
And he's just thinking to himself, alright, when am I going to draw this Warsong Commander?
All he needs is a Warsong Commander now, but he has one whirlwind already, so it's still a-okay for him.
Yeah, I mean, this Mal'Ganis can easily be executed, even this turn if you can't with the Warsong.
Yeah.
Alright, and he can just get the Deathbite out there for another Whirlwind, so he's very ready for the Warsong. His entire hand is pretty much dependent on it. Because I don't think his opponent has literally all of his AoE spells in his hand. He has a Hellfire and 2 Shadow Flames. You cannot make like 3 Patrons and just pass. I mean, you can because he has 2 copies of Patron, but you have to know they're all gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Just gonna go for Drake. I don't know. I'm just gonna if I were Demon Hunter now, probably I'm just gonna draw as much minion as I can right now, and then just force him to play the Patron, so that I can clear out the Shadow Flame or just Hellfire it and he has nothing else he can do because he doesn't. Definitely for sure, I know as Demon Hunter he doesn't have a Warsong Commander, because if he does, he already played like ages ago.
Also,
Wow.
I want to talk about this was smart queuing for Demon Hunter here because his Slayer picked the Patron again because he wanted to snipe the Paladin. Demon Hunter assumed that he was going to do that and picked the handlock to counter the Patron, try to get up to a 2-0 start here. So, if he wins this good matchup, then his plan will have worked.
Right, so let's just check a quick check on Slayer's hand. He has 4 cards left, and for Demon Hunter he has 11 cards left. So out of the 4 cards, 2 of them are the Warsong Commander.
Yep.
Oh, which is not a very good. Oh, okay, alright. So he just draw into one of the Warsong. The best he can do is just play multiply itself and see what he can do. But I think after seeing Demon Hunter playing a Hellfire, maybe he's definitely gonna concede directly. There's no way he can come back from this.
I mean, how much damage is this? Wow, that is horrible. Well, it's not horrible. It's... I think it'll miss out on a couple damage here because another Patron will spawn after like the second Whirlwind that won't be able to attack now. So that's a little unfortunate. But, I mean, this is a lot of damage. I don't know. I'm not doing the math right now because I'm bad at math.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Like, this is a lot of damage.
8 plus 9, 9. 10. Yep.
This is like game damage. Yep, that was it. Turns out all you need is the Warsong Commander and a handful of Frothings and Grim Patrons and Whirlwinds that have been discounted. Imagine that. And no
Last
taunts on the
time.
opponent's side of the board.
Yeah, I mean, both sides is like, I need my taunts, and Slayer's side is like, I need my Warsong.
Yeah. I mean, Demon Hunter did play like a pretty greedy Defender of Argus earlier in the game when he had a Void Caller that he could have just crashed in to get a Jiraxxus. In fact, he could have crashed in to get the Jiraxxus, then taunted up the Jiraxxus, but he was afraid of Execute. So yeah, a lot of just, you know, if I draw this, I win sort of situations, but eventually Like, Slayer had like 5 turns there to draw the War Song Commander. It would have been kind of a blowout if he never saw it and he only had 3 cards left.
Yep.
So
yeah. So for those who just actually tuned in, this is the Southeast Asia Last Call tournament. We are actually seeing Slayer versus Demon Hunter. My name is Blade. With me, I have CVH. We'll be seeing that it's the best of 5. Demon Hunter got 2 games in a row already. His last cast will be a Paladin, and we're gonna see Slayer. He has the choice for a Warrior, Warlock, and a Hunter.
we are seeing the Hunter. I like it. First Hunter of the night, or the afternoon for you people on the other side of the planet. You lucky people. Alright, and we see a mid-range Hunter, we assume. I've seen some people experiment with Control Hunter now. That would be fun to see, but I don't think people are going to bring such a risky deck to such an important tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely a mid-range.
Not a bad hand. I'm assuming he would have liked the coin. I think you always want the coin. The early game was decided so much by having like a 1 mana drop, a 2 mana drop, a 3 mana drop. But not a bad hand from either player, actually. Which is good. I don't like see games where one person just doesn't draw action the entire time, gets blown out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad if that really happens, which we normally see it. I mean, as a player myself,
almost just happens.
Yeah, it happens like every time. Right, so it's just gonna go.
Life Juggler out turn 1, but it's just gonna get eaten by that scientist, unfortunately. I want to see what secret this comes out with, because if it's like a... Well, I guess neither is particularly good against the 1/1, but... For some reason, if it was like Explosive Trap and Demon Hunter made a misplay and didn't want to play around Explosive Trap and just like muster for battle or something, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Most likely not going to see that. It's pretty rare that they don't play around Explosive.
Sure. And I mean, do you think Slayer actually brings in Flare as well? I mean, we see a lot of our Secret Paladin now, and Hunters bringing in Flares like. Oh wow, he's not trading it. Okay.
I kind of like it, but Mustard is just going to punish this play a little bit. Yeah, Mustard's a little bit of a problem there, depending on what secret it is. I mean, I don't particularly care for Flare, but I understand the reasoning. It would make a lot more sense if this was last year's standing format, and you could like counter queue the Paladin player with your Hunter with Flares. You could be prepared for that, but in Conquest, where you don't really know you're going to get up against, I don't particularly care for it as much. But yeah, Freezing Trap, not good. Not good at all. Kind of the worst board for a Freezing Trap, but make him think it's explosive, and that was the play that worked. Wow. Wow.
That's
wow. Good. I have no words. You made him think it was Explosive Trap. The conviction with which you have to do that, you can't just think about your turn. You have to, like, quickly decide that I'm going to make him think about his Explosive Trap, I'm just going to hero power, pass the turn, and be confident about that. Like, if he waited like a few seconds and thought about it and like mulled over his decisions like it wasn't explosive, Demon Hunter just would have hit the freezing, and we wouldn't be seeing this amazing turn of events. And now he has a freezing against a clear board.
Yeah, now he's going to use, I think he's going to use True Silver and activate the so-called Explosive Trap.
Yeah, it's like, I better activate this and take 2 damage.
Yep. Or he can...
Alright.
Yep, is he?
Oh, there's no Consecration in sight either, that's so sad. Yeah, he still doesn't know what the trap is. He knows it's not Snake. That's all he knows. Could be even Bear Trap.
Oh wow, so this is actually looking very, very good for Slayer. Everything is, I wouldn't say directly on curve, but then it's still mana efficient. Even though Demon Hunter has a layer on hands, but that's going to be like turn 8, and by turn 8 it's going to take a lot of damage already. Demon Hunter definitely needs to test the secret out. Oh, he still doesn't want to test the secret. I mean, if you don't test the secret out now, there's like...
Well, that's like the best Murloc Knight he could have got.
Well, that's the second time he done this in this tournament.
Really? Oh, he only runs freezing, it looks like, because, yeah, that makes sense for a mid-range deck. But, like, I guess the Shredder was dropped, but until that Shredder, we didn't have any reason to suspect it wasn't Face Hunter. Like, Demon Hunter could just be assuming this is Face Hunter. And he could still be assuming that with the Shredder. Like, it's not the most far-fetched thing. Like, if he plays this entire game and never sees a high main or a freezing trap, he just might not... I don't know, he just might not know.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is not a play mid-range hunter would make. I mean, not a play a face hunter would make. Face hunter would just go right for the face.
Yep.
So now we kind of know. Also, I'm going to nitpick a little bit and complain about his shredder placement. It's not in between anything. But whatever.
Yeah, true. I mean, because Shredder,
If I
you
didn't
never know.
mention it, the chat would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
You have to at least acknowledge it. It's probably not going to make a huge difference, but it very well could. For example, if you're playing Druid, you leave it on the right in case you play Force of Nature and they get buffed by Flame Tongue Totem.
Yeah. He's still not gonna guess what it's. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he should play a master here just to test it out. It's too late. He's already down to 12 HP. I mean, it's now or never. I mean,
you don't want to play Muster if you, have a weapon up already. It's just not a pretty set of options for him. Because if he had Consecration, suddenly the clouds would open and the sun would appear and everything would be amazing. But this quick shot's also going to actually draw a card. I guess he's going to take away the Divine Shield here first.
yep. Quick shot into quick shot. Quick
Kill
shot.
command's not
into-
bad.
I was gonna say quick
That's-
shot to quick shot to kill command.
Oh man, he's one off of lethal now. If he did get quick shot off of that in the kill command, it would be lethal. But wait, is it actually? Did I miscount? I miscounted. It's actually lethal. Never mind.
Because you have two beasts on board, Haunter Creeper and the Web Spinner.
Yeah, I knew the beast thing was like 1 damage there for some reason, but yeah, Slayer. He's gonna. Wow, he's coming back actually.
Yep.
First loss to the Tempo Mage.
Well, so Slayer will be taking in game number 3. Demon Hunter only needs one more win and he can secure this best of 5. And by doing that, he will be qualified to play on tomorrow's game, which is the
Wait, you
top
mean Slayer?
40. Demon Hunter, right? Yep. So Slayer is just won his first game.
Cool down.
Oh, Slayer won with the Patron Warrior.
Your souls
Oh, well, right. So
Yeah.
Your souls
Oh, yeah.
shall suffer.
Yeah, he actually won the unwinnable matchup against Handlock. So now Slayer just has to win with this the Handlock. Yeah, Demon Hunter only took the first game with Tempo Mage, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Correct. Yes, I'm so sorry.
That's fine, same situation. Basically, just the reverse. Same situation, not really. The chat knows, they'll understand. I like the Iron Beak Owl Keep, it's good against a lot of things that all Warlock decks can do.
Oh, wow. So Demon Hunter actually runs both the Lord Jaraxxus and Morganius.
Yep,
And
makes Void
Slayer,
Color better.
I think Slayer is actually going for the normal classical handlock play whereby you have the Ragnaros, you have the Emperor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both decks are going to run Emperor, but Ragnaros, it's pretty good in this matchup, because it can just kill something huge for free. In theory, Demon Hunter has the advantage here, because he just has more powerful turn 4 plays. Neither player actually, well, we just saw... No, it's a Defender of Argus. Yeah, neither player actually has a very strong turn 4, which is kind of atypical for this matchup. It's like the critical turn, and they're both just sort of going to skip it. Awkward. Oh well, should be interesting. We're going to have a really long one, guys, so... Yep. You're going to see a burned coin? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, I think he's definitely need to burn it out. But it's actually quite good. Slayer is running double owl.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want in the mirror match. Takes care of the Void Callers and the Twilight Drakes. Yeah, at least Demon Hunter has the Acidic Swampus, which he can just burn. Of course, it's a little risky if you think his opponent's running Jaraxxus. He'd rather keep it, but he just has nothing else to play, really. No Ancient Watcher, because it's a weird situation going on.
Yeah, both of them, it's getting very awkward. It's like, this is the worst handlock game ever. And now he gets the Twilight Drake.
Yeah, but that's just easily answered right now. He has Iron Beak Owl Mortal Coil.
But
I think you...
Yeah, because if he actually do that, he's gonna need to remember that he both is playing handlock and definitely want to save one of the Iron Beak Owl for the taunt. just in case.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, depends on how you want to play it. Like, if you can just keep your opponent out of Molten Giant range and they taunt up something unrealistic. Like, he also has Shadow Flame in his hand, so he could potentially just clear the board like that. Mortal Coils trading back and forth. Slayer did not mess up and overdraw with the hero power. That's a good thing. Don't want to see another instance of that today.
I think he's just gonna play a naked defender there.
I mean, he has
My
10
shield
cards. He has
for
to play
Argus.
something.
Yep.
Naked Defender of Argus with 6 mana. What a game this is.
Right. So definitely it's gonna be a Darkbone play next turn.
Yep.
Oh, he can Darkbone into Void Power.
Yep.
And then let's just wish for a Morganis to drop off.
Yeah, I mean, Drax isn't bad either. Like, Drax is actually harder to kill for the other handlock player because it doesn't die at a big game hunter or Shadow Flame usually. So they both have their benefits, but obviously if you can like get to the late game and win because of Draxus, it's good to do that as well. But yeah, neither is bad. Obviously the worst would be just to have nothing.
Because I think if Jarax's Morganis actually comes out for Demon Hunter, it'd be better because he can tap for free, and he has a minion on board. So because right now as for Demon Hunter, he has no good minion to play, well except for Twilight Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, he finally has a Drake. That's good. So we're getting there. He has the Owl as well.
All right. So
It's actually a very strong play. Gets the Jiraxis. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame.
But
But,
it's true, like you said, Jiraxis is actually very hard to clear out as well.
Yeah.
It might be
I mean, it's
something...
gonna stick around for a while. It's good.
It's gonna stick around for quite a while. 15 HP, it's gonna be very, very hard for him to clear. I think it's gonna be... The only way to clear that is the Ragnaros play. That might have a chance, but right now, turn 8, he has a Dr. Boom.
I think I might just be inclined to get the boom out and deal some damage to minions with the boom bots. Like, he also, I mean, he could Ragnaros, but it doesn't really kill anything but the owl, and he can't really risk, like, if he hits the face and his opponent has double Molten, which he does, you kind of just lose.
Yep.
I mean, he has Sylvanas Shadow Flame, so eventually that could be an insane play. This turn it's not as insane. It doesn't kill the entire board, it only steals one of what remains, so it's not great. This is good. The owl. Though he can't clear the 4-1, he decided it's worth owling just so it trades with the boom bot.
Oh, double owl. So both player actually plays double Iron Beak Owl as well.
Yeah, I mean, I assume they're not running Zombie Chow or any, like, 1-drop. Iron Beak Owl seems like a good call if you expect a lot of the Mirror Batch plus Hunter decks.
Yeah. Well, with 7 mana that Demon Hunter has, it's a very difficult decision now. I mean, would you taunt up here? Maybe like low tap and taunt up, maybe?
Yeah, Loatheb is always kind of strong. It would prevent the impending Shadow Flame play, but it's not like... I mean, I'm not really sure. This could be a good, about as good of a Ragnaros turn as he's gonna get. If it hits the 8-8, it's just kind of insane.
Yep. Or...
So many possibilities.
But then what do you do with the rest of your mana? Do you life tap? Do you play the... You don't really want to play the Ancient Watcher because it doesn't serve a purpose and it could just die to a AoE. A lot hinges on this Ragnaros.
Right.
It has a great target, a mediumly good, moderately good target, and a very, very poor target in the face. Where will it go?
I think... 8.
I'm gonna say face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say face as well.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
We can't both say face, then it's not gonna do it.
Okay, alright.
One of us should have hoped for the best outcome.
I think it's definitely a very good low tap turn this turn. If not, that because
So many possibilities.
you definitely want to hit something and then Shadow Flame your own Molten Giant, because this
I
right
mean, he
now,
just drew Emperor, though. Emperor is pretty juicy when you can clear your opponent's board. For sure. He could. Oh, wow. This is actually potentially really good. He could, like, hit the face, Shadow Flame, Boombots deal damage to his face, drop a free Molten, and play Emperor.
yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
like
saying.
that. Yeah.
Let's just see if it sees it. Nope. Oh, Big Game Hunter is not bad either.
True, that is a good draw. I mean, he could have
Yeah.
just traded. Like, trading isn't that bad. Like, you save your Shadow Flame, he's staring down a couple of Boombots and a 4-5. It's not a big deal. And he still develops the board this way. Both plays are fine, I think. This play actually still lets him, like, hit the face and play around the Moltens that come up. Because, like, he negated the Shadow Flame, basically. Almost. Not quite.
Yep.
He almost negated the Shadow Flame, but... I mean, assuming if he had negated the Shadow Flame, then he would be able to answer with his own Shadow Flame.
Right.
Shadow Flame's pretty good in the mirror.
Definitely. Slayer now needs to.
So many possibilities.
I think his only board clear is just Molten Shadow Flame, but could be wrong. He could also just decide to taunt up a Sylvanas.
Yep.
This is the safe board clear.
Yeah, this is a safe play. I wouldn't hit, because if you hit that, then the Molten Giant's at 1. I think he
Yeah, I
forget
think
to.
he's just... I think he's just trying to say, like, try to burn... Like, he just hovered over the burn card, so in case us casters don't understand what he's trying to do, he's like, alright, I'm gonna hope he doesn't have Molten Taunt Heal, and then I'm gonna burn him out. And, he has Molten Taunt Heal, if he wants to. He's just gonna go for Develop the Board, Molten, and Taunt, I think.
Wait,
This could still kill him if the Boombots hit the face.
the Boombots only need to hit the face 2 damage.
Yep, that is it. But he might just not make the play. Is there another play that's remotely good?
Because if the Boombot hits 2 damage, you have Hellfire into Dark Boom and Dark Boom.
If he doesn't make the play, he's dead, I think. And even if he wasn't dead, his opponent has heals, and then he loses the ability to win the game, so he has to go for it. Oh my god.
Okay, alright, that's it. Game.
Well,
Thank
Alright.
oh, that is actually the match, right? Because that was the match point for him.
Yes, correct.
See another 3-1. Demon Hunter takes the first game with the Tempo Mage and falls 3 games in a row to Slayer.
Alright. Okay, so alright, so that was a very, very good match by played by both players. Both of them are from the Vietnamese as well. Those who actually just tuned in, this is the Southeast Asia Last Call tournament. My name is Blake. With me, we have CVH. We're gonna go for a very, very quick break. We'll be back right soon, so just stay tuned and just check around in the Twitch chat. Alright, welcome back. My name is Blade, and with me I have CVH here. We are casting the Southeast Asia Last Call Tournament. CVH, you there?
I'm here. How's it going?
How's it going? Good. Alright, so we just casted Slayer versus Demon Hunter. So Slayer definitely secure his chance to play tomorrow at the top 40 tournament. So that's round 16. We'll be casting a next game as well. We'll be casting Blight versus Revenge CCS. So Blight is actually from Singapore and Revenge CCS is from Malaysia. Yeah, so we just have a quick recap on the round of 16. The players that are already will be playing tomorrow, which will be Slayer from the Vietnam. We'll be having Tomato Noob from Singapore. We'll be having Kopos from Thailand. We'll be having Suki Viet from Vietnam as well. Xiao Pai Kia from Singapore. Platinum from Singapore. Infinity from Vietnam. Shums Boy from Singapore. Cell from Malaysia. Sync. Where is Sync from? I can't see it. I think that's Thailand. Yup, Sing from Thailand, from Thailand, and Halfnet Kung from Thailand as well.
Awesome.
Alright.
Congrats to all those players.
Yep.
I'm
So-
excited for this match. We're about to see Priest from
Oh,
both
really?
players. Yeah,
Oh.
both players brought Priest. We're going to be here a while. Say, Blight's on Priest, Warrior, and Hunter. Not too uncommon picks. Revenge is on Priest, Warlock, and Druid. So, more common classes. We haven't seen Rogue or Shaman. And this is the last match we're going to cast today. So, we did go through the entire streamed portion of this event without seeing a Shaman or a Rogue. Sad face for those classes, but this is a very interesting set of lineups here. I like it. I mean, depending on what variants of the decks that are being used.
Yeah, I mean,
Get spectated.
I think our wish just came true. We said we wanted to spec the priest, and we get a priest.
Yep.
So
We get two priests.
yeah, we get two priests at once. So Blight versus Revenge CCS. It's gonna be coming very very soon. I think it's already live. So
Yeah, we're
players who
here.
actually win this will get their spots to play tomorrow at the top 40 tournaments. Player that win the top 40, not to win. I mean, tomorrow top 40. It's gonna be a double elimination. So top 8 players in the winner bracket and top 8 players in the loser bracket will be. Oh wow! Did I what just happened?
I think we might have the most tragic misclick in history. Wait, do we? No, it's a disconnect, I think. Blight is pondering new quests according to my screen. And Revenge says he's preparing to battle a friend, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of clueless here, gotta be honest.
Okay, I'm not just sure what just happened, but I assume that we're still gonna go with the new 0-0.
Versus
Oh wait,
Valkyria.
both of them changed class already.
I must protect.
I'm gonna let ESL handle this.
Okay, probably let's just.
Welcome to game 1/2. We'll let you know which one it is in a few minutes. We
Yep.
have Druid against Warrior.
All right, so I'm not sure what just happened. I think it's game 1. I think we're gonna count this as game 1. The earlier one was just the earlier one was just a spectator check, so that to let
okay,
us know
that's
that so this is game number 1. So it's definitely Warrior versus a Druid here.
Whew, that was a close call, guys.
Yep, I thought something just happened. It's like Revenge just gave up his first game or something.
That's interesting. I mean, those hands looked pretty good too, I gotta say. Like, this is a lot less exciting. We don't have a wild growth coming down, but yeah, man, those hands looked really good for both players. Alright, so we see Revenge with the unfortunate turn 2 hero power pass play. He's not gonna Living Roots to get 2/1/1s against a Warrior.
So, quick question here, Sivesh, what do you think about the Savage Combatant?
I'm testing it currently. A lot of players really like it. I've seen a few people use 2 copies. It's sort of settled as like a one of. It's one of those cards that if you can like live or combo with the same turn, it's insane. Not as strong on curve as the Piloted Shredder for obvious reasons. Not as sticky, dies to a lot. But I think it's worth it if you're running like a combo deck, like the combo Druid. It's not really focused on taunts or anything. Interested to see if Revenge is running like Well, he's already running Savage Combatant and Shredder. I gotta assume he's not running Violet Teacher, probably just using Living Roots as a good versatile card against early game aggression. This is interesting. Coin out Despite and not attack the face. It's actually kind of strange, but he knows what he's doing with the deck, I'm sure. I've actually spectated Blight before in the ESL, Southeast Asia. What is it? God, the name escapes me at 3 o'clock in the morning. The Southeast Asia Legends tournaments, yeah. I've seen Blight play before. I knew Southeast Asia. I didn't know the Legends name, but yeah, we got there.
Well,
Alright, so current patron.
yeah. So Revenge is actually, I mean, it's a friend of mine actually. He joined a lot of fireside gatherings. He's actually a good guy. I mean, he's a very interesting guy. He always share with people his experience, what to play, how to play. I'm actually, I would say that, of course, I'm a homeboy. Definitely, I'm gonna be supporting Revenge here.
Gotta support the homies, man. Always. Yeah. He drew Wild Growth a couple turns too late, so we'll see if that affects things.
I think he's just gonna wait for turn 10 and get the excessive mana and just draw and see what he gets later on.
Yeah, probably. It doesn't look like Wild Growth fits in too well to the curve. He can just like Drew to the Claw this turn, and Emperor next turn, which is gonna basically act as a super Wild Growth anyway. Obviously, if he had Wild Growth on turn 2, he could have Emperored this turn.
Time waits for no one.
He's gonna decide. I guess the question is whether or not to loath it, but I guess you could keep her. Is keep her worth throwing away just to kill an Armor Smith?
I must safeguard.
There aren't like too many good keeper targets in Grim Patron, but sometimes you need something to deal 2 damage exactly.
Okay, so as Blight here, yep, he's definitely gonna go for a slam. Draw a card. Flooding Berserker. Alright, so he has all his combo piece. Blight has all his combo piece ready. He has a War Song, he has a Green Patron, and he just played out a Flooding Berserker, but
yeah, he's just using that Frothing Berserker. I'm not sure if I care for that. I mean, you don't really want to use the second charge Despite, but he does have an extra copy. Like, he's kind of overloaded on weapons, so it wouldn't have been the worst to just Despite, even after slamming the draw card.
yep.
But, I mean, you could have just... if it was me, I probably just would have passed after the slam, just would have hero powered and passed. Like, you don't really need to kill with 2-2. You also don't really need to play the Frothing. But you can also win this matchup just by playing a bunch of Patrons, which is probably next turn's play. Like, next turn you can simply Patron, Deathbite, Whirlwind. That's a lot of Patrons.
Yep. He'll definitely go for it.
Yeah. Against a lot of other decks, just late in the game, wouldn't be a great play with AoE, but Druid, as we know, has pretty bad ways to clear boards. Kind of has to be the guy playing the biggest thing on curve, and when it's staring down a board of 3/3s, it can get kind of unwinnable.
It's gonna be
So
very,
now,
yeah.
Sylvanas was a good draw. That is true. I think. I mean, personally, I mean, it's either Emperor or Sylvanas, I'd have to say. You can load them, but then you have 2 mana that you can only hero power with. I mean, maybe that's fine. I mean, they're all fine, I suppose. There's a reason behind all of them. At least he's not giving his opponent some way to get extra patrons, but we know Blight has another Whirlwind anyway. He can Whirlwind execute anything that's too threatening.
I don't know. What? It's a very awkward play here. It's like you said, he could low tap into hero power, maybe clear out one of the Grim Patron.
Yeah, I would personally probably drop the Sylvanas just in hopes that your opponent doesn't just aggro you out, but I mean, if your opponent just decided to trade everything in, it'd be fine, but this is going to negate crazy combo plays this turn.
Well, he can't do much. He can, in a rage, into one of the Patron, trade it, and then, yeah, just give 6 damage to the face.
I will say that if he had kept the Frothing, it'd be game next turn. He does have the War Song and the Whirlwind, so... I mean, he used the Frothing to kill a 2-2, which would have died regardless with the Despite and the Whirlwind that he played, so... I mean, there's a reason to play it just for tempo, but... Whether or not that fits the bill is up for debate. He could just push for damage here with the War Axe. I like it. You don't really need a hero power when you're at 24 already and your opponent doesn't have a board. So like just going aggro is probably fine. Holding it's okay too. It denies like Harrison if people are still playing that frequently.
Wow, this is not a very good turn here for Revenge. He doesn't have anything to do. I mean,
he still has a Sylvanas, which can't be silenced because it's patron.
yeah.
It's
All right,
not
so
terrible.
so just to let the chat knows that this is actually the last match that will be cut. Not the last. I mean, the last match. Yes, the last match. We're gonna find out who will be the winner, or Revenge, or either Blight. After that, that's gonna be the last match because. Today we're only going to be casting until round of 16. Do stay tuned tomorrow to continue with our top 40 because this is the Southeast Asia last call tournament. So whoever gets into the round of 16 automatically entitled themselves to participate in tomorrow's tournament, which is on also the same time 1 p.m. for GMT +8. So that's Singapore time. Then they're gonna top 40 players. Whoever actually wins the top 8 and the lower brackets top 8 will also be flown to Philippines to take the LAN tournament, and the winner of that may stand a chance to actually go to BlizzCon.
Yep. One of these players could be your next world champion. This is the grueling single elimination bloodbath that happens with everyone with 2 or more world championship points, but not quite enough to get into the top 40 directly. Alright, so we have an interesting decision here with the Sylvanas. How is Blight going to choose to play around it?
Charge forward!
Looks like... Is he going to execute? Execute seems fine. You only give him 1 patron, or maybe the War Song, which wouldn't really be too big of a downside there. It's already going to be charged to everything. That is a lot of... Is this... Wait, what is this? How much damage is this? It's like very close to lethal. So he's just going to go face.
Yeah.
Alright, did he wind up going face with a weapon as well? I guess you could clear the 3-3. Wouldn't fault him for it. But there's like really no way that Revenge can come back from this. We've seen this ever since he made 4 patrons on turn 6. Like, it's basically been Revenge needed to have an answer that turn or he was going to lose.
Yeah.
And there was very few ways he could answer it. He needed like, I don't know, innervate, swipe, keeper the grove, or something like that. Something weird. Nah, I wouldn't have done it. It was something better than that. There was a way to answer it somewhere, but that wasn't it. But yeah, it's clear that he just has way too much damage on board here for Revenge. Patron has lost very few games when he cast it. Maybe just 1.
Sure.
And I think that was a mirror match. So we're just gonna talk about how good Patron is for a few minutes until the chat spams Resident Sleeper.
All right.
Was that the
so
only warrior? Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So we're gonna see game 1 taken by Blight here. So Blight still have Priest and Hunter, whereas for Revenge he has Warlock, Priest, and Druid. So we did see the Druid played out by Revenge, but didn't work quite well for him. So as Blight, I mean, why would you play Hunter or Priest?
It's difficult because the Hunter has a bad matchup in Priest if the Priest draws well. The Priest has a bad matchup in Druid, and like maybe Warlock, depending on what kind of Warlock it is. So either I think you just sort of pick randomly or just go with your gut. Just like hope that you run into a good matchup. If you're Revenge though,
I would play a Priest.
I don't even know. You think Priest? I think Priest, because at worst, it's a 50-50 mirror match, and at best, you play against Hunter. So yeah, that's what happened. Blight went with the Hunter over the Priest, randomly, most likely. Revenge was like, alright, this is the best shot I have of taking game 2. We see a Dragon Priest from Revenge, with a Cro-Magus and a Light Bomb. 2 cards that are not particularly typical.
So Blight, it's gonna be wow. Okay, all right. So this is a with a Snake Trap Hunter, which I think it's been kind of a while since I actually seen this in competitive play.
Snake Trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's so many good secrets now that you kind of have a hard time of which one to expect. At least with Mage, like, there's so many different secrets and they're all good, but they're all usually played in different decks. With Hunter, they could literally be any of them, except for, like, Snipe maybe. But even then. So we're seeing Revenge play a lot of cards that, like, a lot of Dragon Priest players haven't made room for. He has the Technicians, which is probably taking the place of another 3-drop. He has Thoughtsteal and Shadow Madness. Sylvanas even is not running all of the Dragon Priest decks, so really curious to see what else is in his deck at this point. At least he has a 3-drop to defend himself.
Yeah, this is actually quite good for Revenge, but the only thing is he doesn't have another dragon. If he has one more dragon, then he can play out the Twilight of Guardian on curve.
Yeah, that would be a huge deal for him. I think he's hoping at this point that, I don't know, the best possible scenario would be like Blight plays a Knife Juggler, so he can Shadow Madness the 2/2 Mad Scientist and crash it in, destroy 2 dudes, and deny the secret. That would be absolutely insane, but
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think he's just going to easy kill Command 3/5, face him, save Hunter's Mark for like a Giant Taunt or Ygritte or something.
I think he will probably just Shadow Madness, Hunter Creeper into Mad Scientist, so at least he gets 2 million on board.
Yeah, it's not like the insane Shadow Madness of the Mad Scientist and Knife Juggler, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there
'cause-
like, there's no reason to just play the Twilight Guardian, is there? I mean, I guess it's not the worst to play a 2/6, but it's, I don't know, it's not great. You might just, but like if you play it, you can't really play your Blackwing Corruptor next turn, which might be a pretty solid card.
yes.
Like, you need to keep the dragon in hand, I think. That's like one of the main problems, and I think that might be where Revenge's deck is, like he has so many cards that you don't normally see. It increases the ability to play against different matchups, but he might be cutting some dragons to do it.
So by showing this Twilight Guardian, Blight knows that Revenge doesn't have any dragons on hand.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to clear it out. And turn 5 is not a very good turn for Revenge right here.
I'm trying to think of what he's going to trade with. If he trades with the Creeper, alright, he didn't trade with the Creeper, that's good. That was much smarter. Not only for Shadow Madness, because Shadow Madness could have like destroyed both Scientists, but also for Holy Nova, just in case Revenge had it. Leave the Creeper unpopped, so you have like an additional body when the rest of your board dies. He's hitting Snake and Explosive, so this might be like a Face Hunter deck, basically, with a Snake Trap. I like it. Because we've only seen like the typical Hunter cards so far, basically. We haven't seen High Main, I don't think. We saw Hunter's Mark, but that's fine. So this is smart. He's trying to bait the Freezing Trap, but it's not a Freezing Trap. It is your worst nightmare. A million snakes. It's not like that bad, but it's not good. Ah, the Knife Juggler.
Oh, Knife Juggler. Now when it comes up.
A little bit late, buddy.
Yep.
So I guess Blight only has one secret left. More than likely another explosive. Maybe not.
Go face.
I saw Chalky stream once, and he ran an explosive, a freezing, and a snake, and he never checked his own traps, and he just let his opponent figure it out. I would like someone to be on that line of play today, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, there's definitely need to trade then if he actually plays this Knife Juggler. Oh,
Yeah, he's weak to Holy Nova, but I think he's just going to go for it regardless and say, I need to just make him have it. Wow, Light Bomb is effectively
Bomb.
a Holy Nova. And we do
You
see
could-
another explosive trap.
yep. He could Light Bomb here since, I mean, if...
Wait,
depends
that's
if
another
he
snake
wants-
trap. It's 2 snake traps, excuse me. Wow, interesting.
Wow, that's deal. Okay. Knife Juggler and a Ram Langler.
So there's not really like a better Light Bomb, but at the same time, his life's not being threatened too much. So like, for example, if Blight just plays this second Knife Juggler, which might happen.
Nope.
Like, the idea was to make Blight think he doesn't have AoE. Blight plays another Knife Juggler into it, gets punished, but As it turned out, he might have just let like get a free damage on him.
Right, so
But at this
chill
point,
mall
doesn't
just
really
drawn.
need to play.
Yeah, I mean, because right now he just drawn the chill mall and Black can't do anything much right now. Oh wow, I think it's a hybrid, pretty much hybrid because Savannah Hyman is here.
Yeah, a hybrid with a very interesting trap lineup. Well, actually, no, it's a Ram Wrangler, so it might be like some beast synergy going on. I like it. We're seeing new forms of Hunter. Can't always run the same decks that are pre-TGT with all these new cards.
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about Ram Wrangler, man. It seems like it just summons Captain's Parrot, but if it gets like it got the 5/9 for me once.
Yeah, if he
When you
gets
get
the
that, you win.
King Crush, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are some things you just win the game when you play it.
You definitely need to. Oh, I think he's gonna sacrifice. Yep, he's gonna sacrifice his weapon.
Yeah, it seems okay. Miss out on some damage down the line, but yeah, to clear eventually. And Revenge isn't gonna just give him free durability next turn. He's gonna have to have a reason before attacking. What's the play here for Priest? I want to see Priest win the game with Ram Wrangler into Crush. I want him to like Cabal a Haunted Reaper, and then play Ram Wrangler.
I think
King Crush.
I think Dragon Priest doesn't play Cabal.
Some of them do. It's possible.
True.
It runs a Shadow Madness.
I think this would be a very good Chilmore turn, even though it's pretty not in the mana curve. But I think at least, I mean, if you can't clear this Chilmore, then whatever minions you play next, I'm gonna hit that, and then I get the Snake Trap out, and then I play Light Bomb.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like
true
that.
that he has another dragon as well. If he
Yep.
didn't, that would be a very weak turn. So, the thing about this is the Chill Maul will die before... First of all, the Priest could be thinking is a freezing trap down there. Second of all, it'll die before the High Main dies, so it'll like kill everything, and then the High Main will still get the two twos. However, Priest now has a Holy Nova.
Yep. So
A lot of moving parts.
I think he definitely need to try at the Hyman. It's now or never, because
You think
he
so?
have
Yeah.
he have Holy Nova, so at least he can still clear out this double minion on board. But
And we know it's not even freezing. We know it's Snake Trap, which is like really punished by this Chill Maw. Like he's gonna get
Yep.
some snakes, and they're just all gonna die.
yep, 3 damage.
I mean, it's a very good board clear. The only thing that's like still going well for Blight is that he has a Dr. Boom. Nothing else is really, everything else is just bad. I think you just Nova these two guys. I mean, unless I'm seeing something better.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have Light Bomb still for the Dr. Boom, which is solid. Well, yeah. Obviously, he's not going to want to see this Dr. Boom. Wow, wow, there's like... Did he just draw like High Main, Boom, High Main? That's some insane draws, man. Some absolutely insane draws for Blight. Like, I was thinking, alright, well, he's not going to want to see this Boom, but then he can answer it. But like, another High Main is just... That's a lot. It's a lot of gas. What do you do?
You got a Light Bomb here.
I mean, here you have to Light Bomb, yeah, but like next turn. Do you just hope to draw the Mind Control that you don't play?
No,
Yes.
you would hope to get the Taunt Dragon.
Oh, yeah, or like Shadow Word Death, actually, because you could just
Yeah.
Bonus Death. That's about it.
Let us see if this will
Shrinkmeister. Fair enough. Yeah, like the easiest
Job done.
Sylvan I made in history. Interesting choice of Hero Power over Shredder,
I
but
think
it
he
makes sense.
think he didn't see the Predator Shredder and he pressed immediately.
You think so? I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think all he can do is heal for 2.
Oh, he did get it.
Yeah, he did. So that could be the difference.
This could be a turnaround.
If he had played the Shredder, he would have won this turn. Just throwing that out there. because the taunt wouldn't have saved him.
Yep.
So the Shredder is a big deal there. But like his hand is still insane. Like he still has the Houndmaster. And
Master. Yeah.
yeah, and he has the Shredder and he has Hero Power, which is just inevitability. Cro-Magus is not looking good against this team. Cro-Magus and Ram Wrangler. Could you imagine like a more hodgepodge set of cards in his hand that just aren't doing anything?
It's definitely very hard. Unless Revenge plays Mind Control.
If he
there's
plays another Light Bomb, he's still very dead. Unless the Shredder gets Doomsayer. So he needs a few things to... that is not that thing. Never mind.
There's still a chance he can recombinate it. Recombinate it into something which is only... no.
Is there anything at these mana costs? Well, you can, like, Cro-Magus Recombobulator and get a Ragnaros and then concede, and that would be kind of cool. That would be fun. Fun way to go out.
Yeah.
Like, he can crash, and then... Like, I guess he just hopes for Doomsayer, right? Like, that's it.
Recombinate it and hope for a Doomsayer.
If only it worked like that. If you could Recombobulator your opponent's cards, oh man.
Yep.
You might feel
Let's
a
get something
little
cute.
I think he's gonna try and see what he gets.
Safety restrictions.
Alright.
Alright.
Listening servos.
Wow. So second game taken by Blight here.
Yeah, he's cutting through him.
Alright. For those who's actually still tuning into us, this is Southeast Asia last call tournament. Players who actually win this match will go to tomorrow's game, which is the top 40 tournament. My name is Blade. With me I have CVH. Blight just take this game number 2. It's the best of 5. Revenge CCS still haven't managed to get a game yet, but we'll be seeing this third play here. Blight will be using Priest. Yes, and Revenge is playing on Warlock. So what kind of Warlock is this? This is Handlock.
It looks like that's all we've seen is like Handlock and the Demon Handlock. So all these control Warlock variants, no one's really bringing Zoo. Blight just has to win one game with his Priest against the Warlock, the Priest, or the Druid. Could actually be difficult, because the Handlock's not a good matchup, we know that. Priest is a mirror match, so could go either way, and the Druid is typically not a great matchup for Priest. So there is a tiny chance here that Blight could just go 0-3, which would be crushing in this last match that he needs to win.
Yeah.
Also, his hand's not very good. No early game whatsoever.
Oh wow.
But he does have a death.
Did Blight just...
Yes, he did.
He just threatened him. The light shall burn you.
Yeah. It is important to use your hero power every turn, even if you don't like have a reason to. If you have the extra mana, just in case they think you run Frost Giant. If you don't and you have 2 mana open, it just tells them you don't run Frost Giant. Like, yeah, obviously you probably don't run Frost Giant, but just in case, just so you all know out there. Villain's chosen. Just gonna, I guess, apply some pressure. That's basically what you have to do. You have to hope for a lot to go right as Priest. You need to, like, have an early game minion, have, like, some way to apply pressure with it, have removal for their first threat, which might not actually... What is wrong with these Handlock players? Don't they know they're supposed to draw their turn 4 minions? Why aren't they doing it? I guess he has a coin, so it's not as bad as it has been.
I think he can either coin into such belcher or just ivory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fine Iron Beak, because it's like not a whole lot of things in the Dragon Priest that you really want to silence.
Oh, wow,
Anti-heal bot, interesting.
This is an interesting Sunfruit Protector. He still wants his Iron Beak out to be alive. He only taunted up the Ancient Watcher.
And Blight is running the Cabal, so we've seen at least a couple people run it. And everyone's running Cro-Magus. Is that like a thing that is popular in this region, I guess?
Yep.
Because I almost never see it.
Actually, our region and your region, we're playing in the server as well.
Yeah, that is true. It is very early in the morning, you guys. But to be fair, like there could still be regional differences, like based on like players from a certain like Philippines might just favor Cro-Magus for some reason. It happens in card games.
Well, yeah. Possible. I mean, they could actually go for a fireside gathering, discuss, and say that, hey, this might be a very good card or something like that.
Yeah. Like there's different testing groups, but yeah,
Yep.
this is a cabal that is probably among the better cabals, unless you have Shrink Mice at the same time. Like, not a whole lot of handlock that is 2 attack or less.
I think for as a handlock here, it would be good if you just keep taunting up. But the only thing about Revenge is he doesn't have much options right now. If he taunts, he has no good cards to play. If he taunts up, he's a little bit awkward in the mana curve.
Yeah, Sludge Belcher just seems a little weak here. I think you could just play like a Lothab or Sylvanas or something. I mean, you could light tap, but then you have to draw like perfectly. But yeah. I think it's just play a big thing and kill some things.
Almost out of time.
Because no matter what he plays, he's ahead of Blight on board. Now's among like the better plays, I think, because it negates the death. So now it like Blight had the top deck. Well, he did. Sylvanas is good.
Sylvanas is very good here. You can play.
I have no time for games.
Okay, so I think we're gonna see a Chromagus next turn.
We very well might. That's exciting.
Oh no, that's because Begin Hunter can't deal with it, and Revenge have nothing to clear the Chromagus out unless his both minions is still on board. Which I think Blight would actually just kill the Lothab to get the drink. Or any other minions that comes out. Nope, he needs to play a Subversion. Yep.
Yeah, so he's not gonna trade with the Sylvanas. He's gonna make Blight do it if he wants.
We're gonna have we're not gonna see a Chromagus now.
We could see if he really wanted to steal something this turn. He could like Shadow Horde Pain, Holy Nova. He could even fit in a Northshire Cleric there, but that wouldn't do anything.
I must consider.
Probably just Chromagus, maybe. I
He
mean,
could-
I don't know.
he could
You could
he
Death
could
Pain.
death himself.
Then you run the risk of stealing the. Well, you have to Holy Nova first, and then you still run the risk of stealing like a 4/1. A lot of potentially bad things to steal. Could Nova this board, but then
Wow. I mean Dark Critis is good. But Nova
Strange.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you get 9 cards.
it's like one of those times when you're inches away from a really good Sylvanas, but it's just probably not going to happen. It's probably just going to wind up stealing nothing or a slime. But like, you'll still make Revenge do some weird trades, probably. I think you want to conserve the death. I don't think you want to use it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna save the death for like a giant or something.
Yeah, this seems okay. So now Revenge is finally drawing his Mountain Giants, and has both and the Molten.
Well, he can tap and then play one of the giants. And tap.
Trading into the Dark Cultist is kind of weird, right? Because it might give the Sylvanas too much health.
Yeah, if you give this Sylvanas too much health, it's not that good.
But if you don't do it, it'll steal something. No Iron Beak Owl in sight.
Almost out of time.
It's gonna
Yeah, that would be
very
so
fun.
good.
Let's just see. I would probably go. That's actually.
Alright, well that was good.
Yeah.
Very important 50-50 shot there. The old Mountain Giant versus Northshire Cleric battle. This is kind of bad too, because like he has to death, but he doesn't want to. He wants to play a threat this turn. Because he's going to death this threat, and then there's just going to be another threat next turn.
I think this would be good Isira turn.
Yeah, true, true. There are a few ways to kill it now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I guess you could just use Sarah now, make him react to your Sarah, then
Yeah.
death next turn.
Yep.
You could also just get like Ysera Awakens and the blowouts could be extreme.
Because you're fighting a handlock, you definitely want to get your Ysera Awakens. Plus, you know you have already minimum 2 damage holding over on board. That at the moment, that's only what you have. So he needs to find a chance to actually draw down the Ysera and see what he gets. I think this
I
would
mean,
be
if he
the
plays
best.
the he's guaranteed to get like 2 dream cards, I think. Because we know the hand, so it was good. Dream is really strong against handlock as well, so solid.
So as Revenger, it's gonna be very difficult for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He could tap, play a giant.
Sylvanas is tempting always against Ysera because you just want that steal.
Yep.
And it's really strong against Ysera Awakened. Like, that's just what you want to have. But we know he has a dream, which is the answer. At least North Shire Cleric's gonna die. In explosive fashion. That was a strong hit there. So yeah, this is a huge turn for Blight.
Chromagus.
I think he's gonna clear.
Is this gonna clear it? Yep.
He could save the Power Word Shield and like Chromagus Shield and draw a card immediately, which is a rare instance of that with Chromagus. Like, there's no reason to really buff anything now. You can just play on curve. Yeah, wow, this is not a match I expected. Well, not a game I expected Blight to win. Obviously, he's up 2 games already, so he is the favorite. But did expect the handlock to give this priest deck the hardest time. But
I think that's gonna be it. Oh, let me just see the cards.
So many possibilities.
Okay, what are the options here? He could play a Dr. Boom. Tot it up.
yeah, like, he's not going to die this turn, but it's nothing great. He has like 3 mana Mountain Giants that he could play, like 2 of.
So Molten Giant. Oh, did you just play in the wrong?
No, I mean, I don't think it matters unless he wanted to life tap. I think this was okay. That's
Oh,
a
wow.
good draw.
That's a good
very
Vol'jin. That's a very, very strong one.
Yeah.
Your Vol'jin, just swap any of the giants.
The spirits
Yep.
be restless.
All in over. Yep.
Just like that. You still haven't won, but your opponent is out 2 more threats. You still have just as strong of a board as you did. You have Ysera Awakens now. It only took 3 hits to get that.
4, 7. Yep. So it's gonna be lethal next turn if it's lethal anyway. He really needs to tone it up. But
I love Ysera so much. It's my favorite card. Just off like flavor principle. Like, it's just so good late game.
there's no way he can clear it.
Yeah, that's like what happened when all the handlock players decided not to run Siphon Soul. They're like, oh, it's too slow. No one runs Ysera. And here we are.
Okay,
Dragon
there's,
Priest.
there's still a winning chance. Wait, let me see if I'm correct. If he Sludge Boucher and Hubot.
He would be at 19.
Yep, there's
Yeah,
still
he'd
a
be,
chance.
well, wait, no, because he could just pain Ysera Awakens, right? I don't know how much damage that is. It's too much to calculate when he's
Because
not.
right now it's definitely yeah. That's 4 plus 5. That's more than enough.
I think this was just the play that said, I hope you don't have Ysera Awakens, and he has Ysera Awakens. Which is another respectable line, you just hope they don't have the 1 out of 5 and 3 chances to get it. Blight has it, and takes a 3-0 victory over Revenge. First 3-0 of the night, day, whatever, wherever you are.
All right, so wow, that was a very intense game. I say we really finally managed to see a Priest game, and Priest was very, very interesting. I mean, Priest wasn't working well for Revenge, but it was working very good for Blight. He had all his dragon draws. So we're gonna see. Congratulations to Blight. He's gonna advance into round of 16, which we'll be playing tomorrow. So let's just have a very, very quick recap here of the players that will be playing tomorrow. So we'll be seeing Slayers from Vietnam, Kopos from Thailand, Blight from Singapore, Tomato Noob from Singapore, Suki Viet from Vietnam, Green Bite from Thailand, another C from Thailand, Xiao Pai Kia from Singapore, Platinum from Singapore, Infinity from Vietnam, Sums Boy from Singapore, Sel from Malaysia, Sing from Thailand, Chung Fur from Singapore, Earth and Hardneck Kung from Thailand. Wow. Okay,
I was respectable. I'm so glad you know all those flags. Congrats to all those players.
All right. So yeah, well, definitely we want to thank the sponsors and the organizer for this tournament, which is actually Blizzard and ESL. Both of them did a very good job organizing this event. Without any of them, this won't be any possible as well. And of course, without you, TVH, today I'll be casting alone. So thank you very much for spending your time. I know it's about 4 a.m. there right now.
Thanks. It is exactly 4:10 a.m. But gotta talk about Hearthstone, man. When you have the opportunity, it's a great game. Well, I'm thankful to be able to be casting with you. It's been great. Hopefully, we get to do it again sometime.
Yeah, it's my honor as well. So the players that I mentioned just now, they'll be playing top 40 tournaments tomorrow. Top 40 will be played at the same time that started today, which will be 1 p.m. Singapore time. The players of the top 40s will be playing a double elimination. Top 8 players from the winner bracket and top 8 players from the loser bracket will get themselves to visit Philippines if they're not from there, and play at the LAN tournament. And one of them will possibly be top 4 players from each bracket. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, top 4 players from each bracket. So one of the players there would be possibly a BlizzCon champion. I mean, never know, right?
Yeah, I mean, someone's gonna go to BlizzCon, and someone has to win BlizzCon once they're there. Could be someone we've seen tonight.
Yep. So any last words? I mean, any shout-outs or anything?
I think you pretty much covered it. Shout out to everyone who did well in the tournament today. Shout out to everyone who ran the tournament today. Shout out to everyone who watched the tournament today. Shout out to us for casting, because you have to plug ourselves. Follow us on Twitter if you want to stay up to date with us talking about Hearthstone and other things. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.